Hi, hello. Hello. We are live. We're talking about mustard and sandwiches.
Okay, how about this? Imagine this. Rice cake, bologna, craft single, rice cake.
What? What are you even talking about?
You know what I'll
Dry. Dry.
You know what I'll do?
imagine rice cake, a slice of bologna,
Yeah.
a craft single, and then a rice
that sounds
cake.
awful. Yeah.
What's funny is that as a sandwich sounds horrible, but I would willingly eat all of the components of that separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
The rice cakes would probably be pretty.
Yeah.
Just like they're there, so I'd probably eat them, but I wouldn't like it.
So
That's so bad. Yeah.
we are here for D&D. It is session 6 of D&D. Yeah. How are y'all doing?
Tired.
Kind of tired, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
What were
little
you-
bit tired. I forgot that we had D&D today.
I had
Yeah,
my
I
second
literally
win, but
told you yesterday. I like made sure to tell you yesterday.
No, I forgot.
Yeah.
I
That's it,
feel like I
boys.
hit my second win, but then Dreg immediately took it out of me.
Yeah.
He took it out of himself as well. He's not even here.
Yeah. He's getting a rice cake
Why do you think we've actually
sandwich.
been able to start?
Actually, yeah. Give me a moment. I need to go grab a drink and stuff.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get started. So
Yeah, you
if
get started. You recap whatever. I'll be
Kragox
back.
and Tartarus, you guys both get inspiration for being here
Nice.
and being
Bruh,
willing to.
I'm
Let's
here.
go.
No, you weren't here for that exact sentence. So, you guys both
I
get
literally
inspiration.
was, that's how I could hear it. This
No,
is
you-
bullshit. This
you-
is just because you got a low.
You
PP
get
size in
half
my
of an
stream.
inspiration, which rounds down to no inspiration.
Bro.
Take my inspiration. I'll take advantage where I can get it. Also, why does Trogdor have a peen?
Does he?
Does he?
someone
Yo,
draw him with the
he's
peen?
had a peen since he was drawn. I just camoed it in.
Oh
No.
my god. He does.
It's. I literally drew that right after whoever drew it was done.
Yeah. Who even drew Trogdor originally?
Probably Dreg.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know. Anywho, so who would like to begin with the recap?
Frick, dude, do I even have any decent notes?
Perplex, if you do the recap, then I'll give you inspiration too.
Oh fuck.
You just have to give it your best shot. That's
Yeah. Recap. The weekly recap of our last D&D stream.
Mm-hmm.
First, the boys were stuck on a new island.
Yep.
They decided to venture more north instead of joining the dumb boys that wanted to die at the wall.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
quarter of the crew was like, "Nah, we're gonna try the wall."
It's pretty much right.
We carried onwards until we ran into enemy. Enemy almost killed us.
Nah, you guys were fine.
To be fair,
Enemy almost killed us. It was
He almost killed us.
the encounter was probably a little bit weighed above our pay grade.
No, it was. I mean, you guys are fine in the end. So
I think what it
was-
came out to is
Two of the largest boys getting mind controlled and almost
Yeah.
fucking the entire party.
I think
Yo, it
what
was your
came
decision
out
to read disarm to be chop off the arms of.
the fact that they were able to take more than one of us in the combat was the problem. It
Yeah.
very heavily weighed the action economy against whoever wasn't. Sure.
Well, yeah, they took two big boys and then grappled the other one. So
Yeah.
it was pretty
Poor
much only Dreg, which could do anything.
poor Rook was
Yeah.
grappled and then got like water was holding him in place and then he was just all.
Thankfully, it wasn't
fricked.
full on mind controls. We were still trying to not. Well, one of us was not trying to explicitly kill other people. One of us was trying to disarm our friends, and the other one was trying to, well, disarm
Yeah.
our friends.
But yeah, so
Look, I went after the elf.
yeah.
That's it.
But that works. So you've earned your inspiration, Perplex.
I mean, that's everything that happened.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
so.
It was mostly the one.
At the
one
end of that combat, incurred Grapplegate.
Yeah, yeah. They tried to carry away Xena.
Oh yeah.
hmm And
That's true.
I knew Zyle would still be harboring
yeah.
hatred for it.
I mean, rules as written, it was totally
And
legit.
Pothy tried some bullshit with an imp boy.
Yeah.
The thing is, by the rules and even logically, I could see it dragging her into the ocean. It just wouldn't be able to get very far.
Yeah. I mean, it was
At
going
any
at half
speed.
speed movement. It was just like very slowly carrying
Like if
her
it
out
was
to sea.
if it was a flesh and blood creature, it would have gotten tired immediately. But it was like some weird elemental thing, so it could have just like forever.
No, they
dragged
were
them through the
Fae
ocean
or
and,
something,
like,
yeah.
No, so the ladies were Fae, the like
Oh,
watery
okay,
ladies.
The imp boys. I thought that they probably
the
just
imp
came
boys
from the
were,
same
like,
place.
They're
water
elementals.
elemental thing.
Yeah,
They
and
can't-
so
okay.
so like Fae are not elementals themselves, but many times they influence elementals, you know. So
Yeah, they just have better control over that shit.
Yeah,
for
we got
sure.
attacked by the Nature Lord people,
Yeah.
basically. They were using elementals and Fae, and that they are Fae, I guess, as well. Just not those.
Does this confirm that the Fae is real?
what do you mean the Fae is real?
The Fae, well, some sort of Fae realm must exist, since she was talking about how they're locked out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this confirms that the
Assuming
quote
they're not.
unquote Fae realm is real in your world.
Yes. Kind of.
Okay, it's canon, boys.
Yeah. I mean, you guys could try to go there eventually, you know.
Well, no, I just want to. You're gonna have to help me out with this real quick, Craig Ox. What is the Fae elf?
What
The
is
playable Fae elf.
Is it a lad?
Eladrin?
I don't know where I got that word from. Is that right?
That's
I don't think so.
I think that's it. Yeah, Eladrin.
Elf.
Eladrin are like the Fae elf type dealios. And that's basically
Yeah.
They-
For some reason, I thought when you said Eladrin, I thought it was gonna be spelled with an A, and I was like, no,
No,
I think
yeah.
it's an E. Yeah.
Yeah, so Fae
Eladrin,
Eladrin that's basically what Xena is, by the way. Like
They just
the
don't
lady
have.
with you.
Yo, spoilers.
I mean, she's not that because that doesn't exist in my world, but like that's the closest thing.
Spoilers,
In-
dude.
So you're saying they don't get all moody based on the season?
No, yeah, like I mean, she is essentially like Xena is to elves what a human 10,000 years ago would be. Like they're related, but might not even be considered the same like species necessarily, or a million years ago or whatever. I don't know. Plus, it's elves, so time is all fucky. But you know,
I thought elves were just like normal
they are.
people in your realm.
Yeah, they are.
They aren't the live 1,000 years, mature at age 200 or whatever.
They normally live to be about they live around the same length as dwarves do, which is about 300 years on average. But they're not like
I'll be right back.
they're not like Tolkien elves where they'll literally live for like 3,000 years or whatever. So, but the Fae, like again, are kind of like the more powerful, more ancient version of elves, and the Fae can live like a long, long time.
You're getting a weird cutout poetry.
That's not good.
Are the elves still originating from Fae stuff?
Yeah, kinda.
So they just like got separated far longer ago, or something else happened to them.
Yes.
Yeah, they were brought to the astral plane or some bullshit.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna mess with my mic settings. We'll see if it keeps cutting out. So yeah, you
Yeah,
guys.
it's just like the tail end of some of your sentences is just
Okay.
dropping.
Yeah, but yeah. So you guys had found out about. You had also discussed that stuff with Xena a little bit, because she told you, she was like, hey, I'm not actually an elf. And yeah. So, we had ended last session with you guys finding a little harbor town.
Yep, we
Harbor
got along
City.
the coastline and saw farms and eventually a town, and then the guards came out to meet us. Not threatening, but just meet us.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and they basically, you guys pulled up to like a dock or like a little pier, and they essentially had come out to meet you. I actually have drawn a blob map, a very, very basic blob map of like that is equivalent to what you would have seen on the map you guys have. Yeah, very basic, lacking detail, but just giving the general idea of the general layout of these continents and lands.
So is the black circle where we are?
So the city that you guys are about to. That
I
you guys
assume
are
this
at.
island is where we were.
Why is it not updating? Hold on. OBS is not wanting to cooperate today. Why is it not updating?
Yo, we got the MS Paint out. Let's go.
Should be updating, and yet it is not.
I will say I am not a fan of these two colors together. They're doing something funky to my eyeballs when I'm looking at the big smattering of dots.
Yeah, the blue is like too bright or something.
And the lines, I don't think are helping. I don't know, something.
I don't know what's going on with this, but it does not want to. Uh-oh. Hello. What the fuck? There we go.
It's gonna be a cursed session, I can tell.
No, there you go. You got it set up. So, so this is the basic blob map showing kind of the general dealio. There's much more. There's much more detail, obviously, but this is just in general terms. There is a large landmass in the north, a whole continent that you guys are basically about to enter. Then there is in a large continent to the south as well.
Were we able to long rest before we got here, or
yeah, you would long rest.
like
I think it was-
within the combat to
Yeah,
this point? I forgot how long this would have taken.
yeah. I think it was another day of travel. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is the large northern continent, the large southern continent, which your map doesn't even really know how, like, they didn't know how far south that continent even stretches. They never actually made it that far. So it just stretches off the map towards the south. And then in between the two continents, there's a lot of islands. A couple larger ones, and then a lot of tinier islands as well. That are all here. There's also some general. I should do this one. I'm on. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, and again, I'll have like a more detailed map eventually, but for now, just to give you a general idea of what's going on, there is a a large section around like here that says this large circle where they said. Oh god, I don't remember how I phrased it, but it's like it says like do not enter. Hold on. It would say something like this on the map over that section. And maybe instead of deadly, it would say like ferocious. The boarmen are deadly or ferocious. And you would all know of boarmen. Boarmen actually exist in the place you're from. Not really around where you guys are from specifically, but further to the east and then further to the south on other continents and different parts of the continents you're from. There are boarmen who mostly in areas that are really like steplands or plains, maybe some forests. They are normally like marauders. They basically raid villages and they'll trade with other people, but like with stolen goods. So kind of like you guys, except instead of being on the sea, they basically just wander steplands where they can run very quickly and just fall upon villages and stuff. And they generally they don't really live in human or elf society or dwarven society. They pretty much just exclusively are slavers and raiders and stick to their own. So, I like that little boar. So yeah, so that's the deal with them. You would know what, so you don't know what they are. The boarmen are nothing new to you all, but this whole area here basically says do not enter. It would also be a circle, or like they would have a, let's see, way down like here on this big island, there would also be a circled area that says like, it would be like City of the Scaled Folk. Yeah. And yeah, so these are kind of some of the big landmarks. There'll be a few others, but those are the biggest things. And yeah, but you guys would know that you are going to be landing very far away from those areas. You would know as you're kind of pulling up into this port that you are essentially on the easternmost coast and fairly decently far north on this continent. Yeah, we will hop right into it where we had you guys pulling up to the dock and guards there. Let's see, Drake, are you here? Is he here? Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so Drake, one thing
also,
that... Mm-hmm.
I never had you muted. I was just joking.
Wow. So Torgir at the end of last session, in the middle of the combat. So you had to leave in the middle of the combat last time. Do you remember what was going on with Torgir?
No.
He had. Oh God, I forgot to turn my sound effects off. So Torgir, he had bubbles coming out of his mouth from his wild magic.
Right. Yeah.
And
yeah.
so what I described as happening is things were looking a little dire there for a while. He actually tried to force his magic anyways.
All right.
And what ended up happening is that as he did so, he essentially okay, there you go. I turned off the the ones that are very disruptive, or could be. As he tried to force the magic, he felt like a surge of magic, and then disappeared.
All right.
And the crew was like, "Where the fuck did he go?" And then about like 20 minutes later, he poofed back into existence, but like passed out immediately.
All right.
And he would not remember anything that happened while he was away, wherever he was.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But he would come to, and by this point he's fine. This is the next day, as the crew is about to make landfall. So these guards are all around you on this dock. Well, not around you because you're probably still on the boat. A couple of them would have spears out and be like pointing them down at you. Not in a like they're about to throw it, more just like, don't come up here yet. And the leader of them, who's in like some sort of chain shirt, would approach and basically ask a question in a language that none of you guys understand. And so he would ask a question and be like waiting for a response. The captain would like look around and like looking at the crew to basically be like, did anyone understand that? And when no one gives a response, he's like, he would like kind of hold up his hands and like we don't mean any harm gesture, and then look to Xena, and Xena would be like, Xena would be like, I don't speak this language in particular, but I know some that they might. And so Xena would start speaking also in languages that you guys don't understand. Like she would go through like 2 or 3 But on one of them, finally, then this like captain of the guard or whatever would have some recognition and start talking to her in this other language that you guys have never heard before. And neither of them are native in it, you can tell, but it works to communicate. And so Xena turns back to you all, and the captain says, they want to know where we came from.
Hello?
Hello.
You need me to roll something?
No?
I can.
I mean, for what? To know where you came from, or?
Yeah.
I mean, you know where you came from.
Do I,
Should
though?
we tell them the truth?
I mean, that's up to you. Tarchers.
Well, for the basic.
Hey, Elba wrote it in the story. I couldn't ignore. Elba, wow.
You know what? Sure. We could always flee. Let's just tell them we're from beyond the barrier.
Xena would translate that to them, and the captain, there would be a few like gasps from some of these guards, and they would all like start murmuring to each other. The captain just nods and says something to Xena, which she translates back, and he said he expected as much. You're the first in 100 years, but they have seen this before. And he said he recognizes this type of ship. And he would...
Good thing he didn't see the other ship.
I'd be worried if they recognize that other ship.
Yeah, they actually all rip off their faces. They're all Gith Raiders. They know... No. But... No, they
all misty step out of their skin.
But yeah, he would say something else, and she would translate, and she says, they would like to escort you to meet their... I suppose you would probably say Jarl.
I assume that's who lives in the castle.
She would just nod.
I'm alright. No thanks.
It didn't seem like they really were giving us a choice.
Let's just sail away.
Captain, why don't you
Newtown.
deal with this? You're in charge here.
The captain is like, the captain does look a little like, he would look to you all and say, like, what do you all think? Should we talk to their leader? Or
I don't trust him.
refuse this offer?
They don't seem too hostile.
I don't trust him.
I don't trust them, but I don't think we have much of a choice.
Well, we can fight them.
There's
here
always
on
a
the
choice.
spot, or we can have a disagreement.
Stand up
with
for
their
yourself,
leadership
Torgir.
and Make their leader.
Fuck you.
Make their leader a hostage if things break down.
The captain thinks on this, and he's like he's looking around, like, there's no, like, you guys don't really have any cover, and there are other, there are a couple of, like, watchtowers where there are, maybe not, like, ballistae, but there are, like, there are actually archers up there with arrows trained at you guys. Or maybe not, like, actively pulled back, but they have bows at the ready, strung. The captain is like, if we have to fight, having their leader as a hostage, or having that as an option, could be a possible way out.
If things go well, maybe we can even work for this person briefly to get a footing in this place.
Captain nods, and he's like, let's see what their Jarl has to say.
Come on, Captain, that's not like you. You don't work for any man.
He kind of glares. The captain glares at Lander. It's like, we aren't, even if we do work for them, whatever they may want from us, there's nothing irrespectable about mercenary work or privateering, whatever they may have us do.
Besides,
You've disappointed me this day, Captain.
They might just want information. Who knows?
even if we want to continue raiding, we need somewhere to sell what isn't food and drink.
Hmm.
The captain nods. He's like, I've decided. We'll speak to them. Just you all. And he kind of motions to you, maybe the old man as well, and a couple other like the elite kind of warriors. You know, probably it's like his daughter. He would motion to you. So like 7 or 8 of you. You all come with me. The rest of you stay with the boat.
I'm staying here, Captain.
He shrugs. He's like, if you really want to.
We need somebody to defend this boat.
Okay. Sounds good. And yeah, the rest of you will all head with the guards as you kind of clamber up onto the deck, the deck of the dock. With your dick. No.
Yeah, a little Dick Dawkins.
Yeah, exactly. Now, as you clamber up, actually, no, it probably wouldn't even be that hard to clamber up. The vessels that they have, there are a couple that are more like almost like caravels, like kind of small sailing ships. A couple of those are in this dock, and you can see people unloading goods. Although a lot of that is stopped, as a lot of commoners have just started like watching what's happening, very curious. But the docks are not like, they're not too tall, so it's not like a huge task to clamber out. And the guards would basically just start, they would kind of get in front and behind you all and just escort you towards the castle at the center of this town. They would also, they would like be, what's interesting to you is that it seems like they're not so much watching you as they're escorting you. They're watching like the civilians around to make sure that no one tries to like like come up and touch you or like whatever, you know. Because there's a lot of curious people. Interestingly, there is also a there is well, actually, let's get the perception check from all of you, including Landor for this one. Let's get some perception check.
20/20 vision, let's go.
Nice, yeah. Here, I'll roll for Tartarus real quick. No, he doesn't see anything. There you go. I rolled your perception. I rolled your perception for you, Tartarus. You got now you won, so no worries. Rook is distracted. But yeah, so Landor is actually the first one to see, because he's kind of watching over, you know, even if he thinks that maybe it's a fool's errand to go and talk to the Jarl, he cares about his brother, so he's like watching to make sure they at least make it as far as he can see safely. Landor actually is like looking at some of the people in the kind of crowd that is formed around the shore, and there is a multitude of people. What you would all notice, without having not related to the perception check, you would all notice that there are mostly humans, but there are halflings occasionally scattered throughout, and also a couple dwarves here and there. Only like 1 or 2, but a few dwarves. You don't see any elves, but there is what Landor does notice though. He's like looking around, and on one of the people in the crowd, he notices like tattoos that are very similar to the type of tattoos that the Northerners would normally get, related to like the Northern gods.
Okay.
And when he sees this, he kind of like looks this person over a little more closely. They're not actually wearing like it's a dude. They're not wearing a shirt, so they have tattoos all over like their chest and arms. And what he notices is that this particular guy in the crowd is like in awe, and actually like clasps his hands in prayer as the group passes. Whereas most of the other commoners are just kind of looking on in surprise and, you know, curiosity. this one guy with these tattoos is looking on in like awe and praying.
Time to start a cult.
But yeah, so that's you notice this as the group is walking away. The group walks, and it's not a huge city. Like I said, it's wooden walls all the way around, fairly sturdy wooden walls, with like a walkway and everything, and watchtowers spread throughout, and a couple different gates. But it's not a huge city. Most of the city actually is on the outside, sprawling around it with different farms and stuff. And it looks to be a fairly fertile area. It honestly is not too different from like areas of Alderland or areas that you guys are from, where it's very much like trees and farms interspersed. But yeah, you are walking through these streets, and definitely you would all notice that there's a mix of people, but mostly humans. Couple a few halflings here and there, couple dwarves. As you all are continuing, though, as you're kind of reaching,
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. As you're reaching the gates of the castle, you all would see an elf. However, this elf looks very different from any elf you've ever seen before. They are clearly some sort of merchant, and it looks like they just came from the castle. They were doing some sort of business there. And they have like a cart and a couple of like humans with them that look to be like their hired guards or whatever. But this elf, they look normal in the sense that they have elven ears and elven eyes and like hair and stuff. But what is really weird is that they seem to have scales on their arms and on parts of like their cheeks. And their arms are showing. They have scales all up and down their arms. Almost like snake-like scales. Like a diamond pattern. Oh, you're muted, Tartarus.
I've returned.
I'm muted. Hello. So it's not like a scaly skin, it's like actual reptilian scales?
It is like reptilian scales on their arms and their cheeks. And then there's a weird, like, on like their face where they have these scales, there's a transition point where it kind of transitions to normal skin, but it looks strange, yeah. And that part is kind of like leathery looking on that transition area.
Does it look natural, or does it look like some kind of disease or something?
I mean, feel free to roll like a medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah. So Perplex, there is an elf, the first elf you've seen here, and they have scales on their arms and their cheeks.
I assume this is probably out of sight.
Oh yeah, you probably wouldn't see this
at this point.
You might see this in a bit. There's only like a couple of these elves in this city, but you might see one in a bit. Yeah, but so it's fine to describe it now. But
as a side note, after like the group passes, and people maybe start clearing out of view a little bit, I would like to go up to Tattoo Man.
Okay, sounds good. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
So the you're not sure. Rook is not sure. What he is certain of is that he's never seen anything like this. So if it is a disease, it is one that doesn't exist where you guys are from. At least not that you know of. If it is,
I would assume that seeing a scaly elf would make my character think of, what are they called, Zerdamanians or whatever down in the desert.
Yeah, they do have kind of, their skin is less like scaly though, and more like.
Yeah, it's more that they just seem like a variation of something else. Where those boys look like humans, but specialized for desert.
Yeah.
Kind of makes him wonder how scaly elves are related to elves.
But yeah, so you would all see this, and the captain is like, what in the world is wrong with that elf? And the elf looks over at you guys, and just kind of gives you guys a weird look too. And yeah, the people around in this area clearly don't give any mind to the elf, so the elf is normal to them.
What's her face? Not elf lady.
Xena. Yeah,
Xena. Do all elves have scales here?
She is like, not all, no, but are elves not like that where you are from?
No. The only people I can think of that have anything like scales are people that claim that one of their ancestors is a dragon.
They're the elves here, the ones that are like that. They also claim that they are. They claim that they are the children of dragons.
Wait. Where do they hail from?
Far to the south, the islands.
Hmm. And, who are their rulers?
They are the rulers. They rule over folk who are scaled from head to toe.
Do they worship some sort of deity or something?
They worship the. Hello. They worship the dragons, although. Well. The dragons are almost gone entirely, although well, my kind, we know of at least a few.
Fuck. Part of that vision we had. I think it was related to this.
The vision that you saw, that I saw too, I think that might be one of the dragons that remains in this world.
And we've been seen by a merchant, so presumably our location will be known within a month.
She's like, huh? It seems like the ones that I used to work for already know where we are, so.
Exactly. We already have plenty of trouble.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and so this is as you're kind of walking through the gate, and again, you actually kind of have to walk up a hill. Again, this is like a stone castle that looks like it was they made a like earthen mound hill, and then they stuck a stone castle on top of it. Is what it looks like. And so you guys walk up through kind of like an outer gate made of wood, and then under the stone gate. There are quite a few guards all around on the battlements, and yeah, the castle looks like it is quite old, but it looks like it's been maintained fairly well. And as you all go forward, you are led forward through the large double doors into a grand hall. And this grand hall is very similar to the castles that you guys are used to, like from where you're from. And sitting on a large sort of throne at the end of the hall is a man who is adorned in sort of like these furs. They look to be like bear furs, maybe. And he is sitting here on this on his throne. He's actually talking. He's holding an audience with what looks to be like another merchant who is kneeled before them. And you all approach as this sort of meeting finishes, and this dude kind of just strokes his chin and looks at you all. And he would actually call out in giant, in the giant's tongue. Which, how many of you speak giant?
3, I think.
Okay, yeah, Torgir, you speak it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Torgir speaks it, and then both of the giant boys, you also speak it, right? So, yeah. So Rook doesn't speak it, but the other boys do, and this guy's clearly not a native giant speaker, but he is actually he's decent enough that you guys can understand it pretty well. It also seems like, again, like he's using like a different form of giant. It's antiquated, but it is giant, unmistakably. And so he calls out and he says, "Who are these voyagers? From the east, I'm assuming?"
That obvious.
My grandfather told me about the last group of you that came here.
Must not have been terribly bad stories, considering we didn't get run off.
No, your kind... I know your kind, you're raiders, but... raiding is a respectable form of warfare. And... to those who would raid our enemies, we lend open doors and warm beds.
This guy's trying not to get raided.
Yes, I'm sure we could come to some arrangements in terms of that.
Yeah. And the captain would step forward, and the captain actually does speak a little bit of giant, not much, but he would introduce himself, and basically, yeah, kind of say like the captain would basically say we came from the east, as you had guessed, and we know not why we are here or how to return. The man would actually like stand up, and he would like look around and be like, I apologize that I do not speak the tongue you are native in, because he looks at the two giant boys actually. He looks at Adric and Lander, and he's like, I'm assuming for most of you, looking at them.
Well, I'm not there.
Oh, sorry, yeah, just Adric. He would say, I'm assuming for most of you that this tongue of the giants is not your native tongue. And they would all, yeah, they would all the other guys with you would nod, and Captain would nod. I guess Shoal would be here translating. He's whispering the stuff into Rook's ear as it goes on. Yeah. And
3 layers of translation going on.
This guy, he says, in your tongue, you would call me a Jarl, I believe is the term. My name is Kanatasi, and you may call me as such. Let us retire to a chamber where we can have food and drink. Would this suit you?
I guess Adric would just...
Does he seem like he has ulterior motives?
Roll me an insight check. It's the perfect time for that. I mean, like, he definitely seems like a very sophisticated guy in the sense that he probably wants to talk to you guys about other stuff too, but it doesn't necessarily seem like, you can't tell if he means it in like a sinister way, you know?
I'm not going to turn down a good meal, especially not one for free.
I'm gonna laugh and say, Landor really screwed up staying at the boat.
As you kind of laugh, and then someone would translate this back for him. The man would say, as he kind of like motions towards a door, and like a couple, not servants, but like castle workers would like open these doors into what is clearly like an adjacent feast room, a fairly small one, but big enough for all of you. He would actually, as you're kind of like, he motions for you to walk in there. He says, and it would be translated to Rook. Excuse me if you don't mind me asking, but what exactly are you?
Do they not have orcs?
Yeah, this would be towards Shoal, but also like you, because you're
yeah.
dressed like an orc. Like it would be towards both of you, since you look like an orc basically in your get-up. And
What do you mean I am an orc?
yeah, exactly. But no, but it would be mainly at Shoal specifically, but it would be the orc boys.
Okay.
And he's and Shoal would like look at Rook and basically in Orcish be like, I don't think they have orcs here.
Just tell them that we're orcs.
Shoal would
We come to spread our people around this land. No, don't say that.
Shoal would say, we would well, you know, he would say this. He would say like we are Orcish kind. The man is like, I have never heard of orcish kind before, but there are many things I'm sure you are surprised by in our land as well. And yeah, so he would motion for you all to go into this feasting room, and there would be like some food brought out, some drink. Probably like, oh god, they'd have some sort of like ale, maybe they'd have some moonshine made with corn. You get some moonshine going. No, they would have different types of alcohol for you guys. And
Yo, bust out the prison wine.
oh no.
Oh no.
But yeah, they would bring you some food and stuff, and for a while the captain would, or the jarl would just he would have the captain sit next to him, and they would kind of be making some chit chat. There would be a couple other there's a few guards in the room that are just watching. I don't know. Do you guys make small talk with them while you're eating here?
Let's see. Who would I be able to talk to? I guess anyone that knows Giant or Dwarven. Dwarvish would probably also be a thing, since we saw some dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
Although it might be even more different than what we know. It's hard to say.
And Dwarvish is actually related to... So, Dwarvish and Giant and the Northern Tongue are all related languages, actually. So... so they all have, like, some similarities.
So what you're saying is, them hearing us speak Northern but not know it probably sounds like listening to a Dutch person.
Yeah. Yeah,
Where it's
exactly.
Like, I know all of these words, but they're in the wrong order, and they don't mean anything the way they're saying them.
Yeah, for people in this area that speak Giant, which, to be fair though, he seems to be one of the only ones that that does. He speaks a good bit of Giant, but none of his guards do, as far as you can tell.
Yeah, I guess Edric could be testing out and seeing if any of the guards perhaps know Dwarven.
One of them would know a couple words in Dwarven.
Alright. So that seems to be more common than Giant.
Yeah.
I guess when it seems like the Jarl isn't terribly busy talking to the captain, he would inquire to him, you know Giant. Are there giant folk somewhere in these lands?
Huh. Well, there are, but they are not the type that you would like to run into. There are few giant folk. They look much like you in their height, and
Not bigger.
there are some, well,
Yeah, aren't you relatively small for a giant?
yeah, he's
We
like
both are, yeah.
Right?
10 or 11 feet tall, right?
We're like maybe comparable to what, an ogre as far as
Yeah,
height. But we're
you're about
built
the
more
size
like
of an-
We're built
of
more
an
like a
ogre.
dwarf, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a giant dwarf, exactly. Yeah, no, but they he's like there are some larger true giants. I know of what you speak of. There is one that actually lives in this area and has given us trouble for some time, but they are far and few between. No, nowadays, the last time we saw one like you was decades ago when I was but a lad, and there are those that look like you, and they are more dangerous than the rest. True giants. They might raid a farm, grab a few sheep or cows, but the more dangerous are the ones that look like you. For they bring raiding parties.
How strange. I wonder if they're truly related to my people. Most of my people are simply farmers.
he would shrug and he said, he would say, oh god, hold on, I have to go look at my notes real quick because I gotta remember. Yes. He would say, the last time we had one of them come by, it was in... They came from the forest and struck at the city quickly. They seemed to have a target. They took a few of our people here from the city. But their leader, a dumb oaf of a giant, armored, he bashed through the front gate as if it were nothing. And then his raiders, humans, they came in behind. A couple dozen, but they fought as if they were 100.
How long ago was this?
A score of years or so. I believe they call that one Sten the Brute. He's raided other places too.
Sounds like you're due to see him again soon, then.
He shrugs. He's like, we will fight if needed. War is already upon us, so we are ready.
War?
He nods.
With whom?
Neighboring groups. There's always war.
Ah.
The man-eaters. That's what we call them.
Mildred?
I apologize. I have just realized I have never even introduced to you where you are, what place you sit in, the lands in which you stand and sit right now, eating as a guest. This place, this city, is Otseku. Or no, Otseko. It means the place of the rock. And the people here... yeah, and he would say place of the rock. Basically, he's translating it as close as he can into giant, the meaning of it. And he would say the place that you are now is ruled by, well, we call ourselves the Karaka, the people of the sun. For the sun rises in the east upon our shores. And our enemies, we call them the man-eaters. At least that is what my people here call them. They call themselves the people of the water, the Oneka. But they are called man-eaters because they fight with the ferocity to eat the souls of many a man.
Had me worried there. I thought they were literally cannibals for a second.
He chuckles and he's like, no. No, it's a figurative phrase. So, you all, and even talking to the captain, but also all of you, what are your plans? If you really are, if you are here, not of your own accord, as it sounds.
Well, we originally set out as raiders.
He nods.
Failing finding a way to get back from where we came, that's probably what we would continue to do.
He nods. And he's like, I do not have answers for you as for how to reach your home. But if it's work you're looking for, money, opportunities for trade, if you find plunder, this city can serve as a place of bounty for both of us.
How's the captain seem to be taking that idea?
The captain is hesitant and wary, but the captain is more looking to all of you to gauge your reactions.
Gotta eat.
Craig Oxen and the captain catch each other looking at each other for a second. Like, oh.
It's hard to subtly look at somebody when you're 3 feet taller than everyone else at the table. I like to imagine I have my own table because I couldn't fit.
No, you're sitting on the floor. You
I was
don't
gonna say
get a chair.
you're just like crisscross on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty common, honestly.
I was gonna say probably something you and I are fairly used to.
So
We carry a floor pillow with us at all times.
the Jarl would kind of looking at it, be realizing there's a little bit of hesitancy. It'd be he would say, if I'm not looking for any sort of long-term agreement or contract. Such things are sometimes drawn up with the mercenaries that do wander these lands, especially further to the west. But here, payment for single acts or goods, in exchange works. For the ears or heads of bandits or enemies, we can provide coin.
Are there any simple tasks such as that we could perhaps undertake as a trust building?
He would nod and he would say, he actually nod. He would say, there is a group of bandits not far from here, and my soldiers, the men that I have rallied into war bands, are busy raiding the lands of our enemies, and soon a siege may be in order to take the nearest town. But in the meanwhile, there are bandits around here who I can't really spare the forces to attack. Just small bands. One such band is about a day's travel north of here along the road. Well, we don't know exactly where, but somewhere off the road. If you would like to try and clear them out, I would be grateful, and it should be no problem for skilled warriors such as you all.
Meanwhile, I'm here in just some clothes, looking scrawny.
I think some short-term work for a little bit of coin is a good idea.
That said, this place apparently has more magic users, so a scrawny dude that seems to be put with all the warriors probably would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably look at you as real powerful.
Oh shit, they brought him into the meeting. Must be something important.
You would actually, there would be, at this point actually, someone would walk in who was also kind of like Torgir, dressed in kind of just some loose-fitting clothes, no armor, but they are clearly of a high stature, and they have actually some like a golden band around their arm and stuff, so they clearly have some wealth too. And it's a man in maybe his 50s, and he would walk up behind the Jarl and whisper something in his ear, and the Jarl would be like, seems I have some business to attend to, but if you all feel free to to find a place to sleep here in my castle, I can point you to some spots. Although I don't know how many of you there are. We probably don't have accommodations for all of you. But yes, I must be going to take care of some business now. And if you all wish to stay for some time before you strike out on your own, or if you decide to help with the bandits in this area, either way, you're welcome to stay here for some time. And he would stand up, and actually the captain would stand up and want to shake his arm, basically just as a sign of goodwill. And yeah, he would walk out of the room, seemingly in some sort of a hurry, like maybe some news has caught his attention. But yeah, you would still be served food though until you're all full. And the captain would look to you all and say, "What do you think?"
I mean, if we're ever going to get out of here, we're not going to need time. Time requires money.
He nods. We didn't hear the rate of pay, but I'm assuming, well, mercenary work always pays good.
Yeah. And he never said anything about returning anything the bandits had stolen, so...
Probably after maybe 20 minutes or so of just kind of eating and discussing this a little more, the advisor guy that you had seen walk in before and give him the news walks in again and says, "I apologize that you would say this probably also in Giant, decently well spoken. I apologize that our Jarl had to leave. Here is a here is a seal," and it would just be like a wax seal. Here's a seal. Show this to any of the guards. If they give you trouble, you'll be let in and out of the city with it. And then he would also walk out as well.
Perhaps we should discuss with the rest of the crew and see if they want to deal with these bandits.
I think we should bring Landor a doggy bag.
You can bring him some food.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Might be more inclined to accept the offer if he's fed by the Jarl.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Let's see. Let me roll. We're gonna roll to see how good the food was. We're gonna say, because it wouldn't be. It's guaranteed to at least be medium quality. Okay, let's do this on a scale of.
Can I set a DC for my standards before you roll?
Sure, but it's gonna be on a scale of 1 to 10. So what is your standard?
On a scale of 1 to 10. Because it's in a place that I don't trust, I'm gonna say an 8.
An 8. Okay, wow.
Let's imagine 8 or above.
So what I'm doing is I'm rolling a D7 plus 3. So minimum of 4 up to 10.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because there's this being a place that feeds a Jarl, the rule of this area, their cooks are at least gonna have a minimum level of competency, so. Ooh, 6. Not terrible, but
We'll see how
mediocre.
Landor takes it.
Yeah, so they would bring you extra food. To the rest of them, to the rest of the party, it tastes fine. It's better than what you've been having, which has mostly been dried stuff and stuff that you can make easily on a boat.
Yeah.
And it didn't cause food poisoning.
Yeah, and so for the rest of you, it's fine. But for Landor, he's got a highly trained, highly sensitive palate. So they would bring back Landor some food.
I assume what would happen is I will eat the food and I will like it quite a lot, but I'm not going to show that much appreciation for it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. It is a different type of cuisine than what you're used to. You guys have definitely never seen corn before, and they use corn in their dishes.
Like you said,
It'd probably be like some stew. Like it would have like corn and potatoes and maybe some venison.
I think Ganra could cook a better meal than this, and that fool's incompetent.
Yannick is like, I could do this while I'm shitting myself in my sleep.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, brother, we'll have to get you some of the local ingredients and see what you can do with them.
So I was going to go talk to Tattooed Boy as well.
Oh yeah, we should. Yeah, okay. Rewind here. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Meanwhile,
While the group was eating, Landor would have gone over to the edge of the town on this dock area, and talked to what's his dick, Tattoo Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As you come over, he would literally kneel.
Stand up. What are you doing?
Would you say that in what language?
Probably like the native language of where we were from. He seems to at least know where we're from.
Yeah, the northern tongue. Yeah, when you say that, he would be like, he would like kind of understand. And he would stand up, and he'd be like, I apologize. Don't speak. And
I'll try Dwarven instead.
Okay. He doesn't seem to recognize Dwarven either.
I'll try Giant instead.
Or like he'd recognize a bit of Dwarven too. But when you just start speaking Giant, it seems to click a little more. He's like, yes, this works. And again, his tongue is very different, but still related.
Okay.
Are you from the land of the gods?
It depends on what you mean by that, I guess.
You are like them, like the gods.
Yeah, you could say that.
You're like, oh god, okay. Hold on, I gotta go look at my notes. Oh no, I lost it. Oh, I had it in the top of my head too. Shit. Okay, he would say you're like the. He would say there are. You look like them, like the gods do. A giant.
I am Giant. Undoubtedly. Whether I'm a god, or if any god would even be willing to visit you here, I can't speak on that.
He's like, but you have come. You must be from them.
You know, I think you might be right.
He's like, Krom has sent you. Krom, Stormer, Svartri, Bjori. They've answered our prayers, finally.
Tell me what you're talking about. What do you know of us and the gods?
Roll me a religion check, Perplex, because this is going to be based off what you know about the gods, too.
Okay. Whether I understand or not, I will try to remember what he says.
Mm-hmm. One of those names, you only recognize one of those names.
That makes sense. My whole time in this campaign, I have been sort of against the gods.
Yeah, you recognize one of the names, Bjori, which is one of the northern gods, a god of wisdom and law. The rest of them, you had no idea what he was talking about with the rest of them.
Okay. I will take note of probably like Krom and stuff, though. He seemed to really like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, he's just Krom. But yeah, he's like you asked him like what he was talking about. He's like the gods, they have finally answered our prayers. You will bring them here so that we can reclaim glory.
Tell me about this place.
We
Tell
are
me about the glory that you seek.
He like motions around the town, and he and you actually roll me an insight check. Roll me an insight check.
Okay. I can do that.
Oh my god, double,
I mean, that's not a terrible roll.
double 24s, nice. No, but yeah, so you looking around, you can instantly pick up on he's motioning around, and he doesn't specify what he's motioning around about, but like you pick up on it. What you realize is that people are giving you strange looks, but then you realize it's not so much giving you strange looks. They are giving this guy that you're talking to judgmental looks of disgust almost.
Okay.
They spit on us here for our worship of our gods. We dare not even live in these cities of theirs. I live in a town near here, a village, where we still worship the giant gods.
Was this town and the surrounding areas once once controlled by the northern gods?
He just simply points to the castle.
I assume the castle probably looks of different architectural integrity.
Yeah, it's a different style, and most of the buildings, there are some stone buildings in the city center, but most of them are wood. The castle is all stone. We arrived in those.
You arrived in them, huh?
Well, the father of my father of my father of my father, so on, did. My forebearers did.
What do you mean by arrived?
They arrived.
Arrived here or on this plane of existence?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
He looks.
Astral plane stuff. Very confusing. Just God things, you know?
Yeah. He's like my grandfather, he told me stories of how the giants brought us here. We were their servants, their slaves, you might even say. But the giants' gods looked after us as if we were their children, gave us strength to conquer. Although that strength has since left us, as you can see from the mockery that they make of us here. And he again motions around to where townsfolk are literally just staring and like muttering out like in your direction.
Do the giants still exist in this area?
Some, but they are weak too. Hrom does not look upon them with favor anymore. He neglects them as he does us.
Well, as you said, maybe we are here for that reason.
He nods, and he's like, he looks around, and like clearly there's actually like a quite a few people starting to gather around, like townsfolk, and they don't look too happy that this conversation is happening here. And he looks to you and he says, I must go. The tensions of worship run high here.
Before you leave, I must ask your name.
Oh, fuck, I don't have a name for him. Let's find one real quick. Eric. His name is Eric.
Eric. Okay.
Yeah.
Eric as in... Mind spelling it for me?
Yeah, E-R-I-K.
Okay.
He's Eric.
Eric
Erickson.
the tattoo man of the giant North boys.
And he says, if you'd like to visit a place where we still worship the gods that you worship.
Parentheses, crazy.
If you'd like to visit a place of worship for the Northerners, or for the Northern gods, you would say, for the gods of the giants of the North, our village lies a day's travel to the west.
I'm sure you'll see us there.
He nods, and you would then, you would head out as he's getting dirty looks from people.
Does anybody seem interested in sticking around after he leaves?
No, they just kind of watch and, like, you can tell that it's like just like some of the townsfolk are just watching, make sure he leaves, and then they just go about their business.
Okay. After that, I will probably just head back to the boat and start. Or no, actually, is there like a visible like market for food around here?
Yeah, there is.
I would probably try to gather supplies for the boat.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You could do that with your using some of like the ship's funds that they have set aside for that. When you do that, like no one here really speaks any of the languages you speak, so it's very much like kind of you just show like you like point to stuff, and they would like literally count out the amount of money that they want in like silver pieces or whatever.
Okay.
And or like they would point, you would hold out money in your hand. They would point to the types of coin they want. They'd be like, oh, like they would just point to like 2 of the coins and be like, motion for it. But you managed to make it work, and you get strange looks as you're going, but no one stops you.
I will likely pick up some of the mysterious corn as well.
Okay.
Not knowing what to do with it.
Yep. Sounds good. And yeah, so you would go out doing that.
Having never seen corn, it must look so bizarre.
Yeah.
Compared to old world vegetables.
Yeah.
Like, I probably, when I get back, I probably try to just bite into the husk.
Oh god. Yeah. But yeah, so you
assume the leaves are like nice at the edible part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I throw away the weird yellow part of the middle.
Just start chewing on the leaves.
It's got all this fur on it. Get rid of this.
Actually, I like to think that you're doing this like as you're walking back to the ship, you're just trying one. And then you hear roll me a no, you don't even roll me a perception check. You hear like giggling.
I look over at the giggling.
Yeah, there's like a little kid, like an 8-year-old, like an 8-year-old girl, and she's just giggling and laughing, pointing at you, trying to eat like the leaf part.
I'm going to confront her.
She looks a little afraid at first. She's like, ah!
Well, first I will go through the usual routine of seeing if there's any common language that can breach the gap between us.
She just gives you a weird look the whole time.
Bye.
You turn and start walking away.
Mm-hmm.
She calls out, and you don't know what she says, but she does call out, and she motions up for like the corn.
I will hand her the corn.
Okay, and then she just like peels off the leaf parts and then goes like, and takes a big bite out of the actual corn part. You know, biting it off the cob.
I give her a thumbs up.
She would hand it back to you.
And a smirk.
She hands it back to you as there's a big bite out of the...
I motion for her to keep it.
And she gives a smile and then like runs off into the market.
Raw corn.
Corn has been learnt.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, you make it back. You do some shopping, and then that brings us forward to when the rest of the group meets up with you, and they brought you the little bit of food, and from there, you guys, I'm assuming you're going to discuss your plans in private now on the boat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the captain, you would get filled in on what was said in the meeting with the Jarl. The captain would look around at all you and be like, this really is a strange place.
I don't trust it.
The Jarl offered us beds, but I think I would feel safer on the boat here.
You tell me, Captain. What town do you know of that would accept strangers from a foreign land to sleep in the castle with the Jarl?
He shrugs and he's like, I don't know.
I say, screw that. I'm not sleeping on this boat for one more day. I'm taking my bed on dry, hard land.
I mentioned the town to the west.
Yeah.
that are infatuated with the northern gods. They seem crazy, but I would rather trust a crazy person than a smart person that may have nefarious reasons for us being here.
Yeah, certainly the captain and the old man would actually look intrigued by this. The captain would say, a place where they know our gods. Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, they mentioned Biori and Hram.
The old man was like drinking some ale, and he spits it out. He's like, Hram?
Yes, he thinks that we were sent here by him.
But are you sure you heard correct, lad? Hram has not been worshipped by our kind for 1,000 years.
Yes, they said that this castle that you guys visited was built by the northern gods themselves. Something like that.
Hram has been dead for at least a millennia. Do they not know this?
They don't.
And they would all look at the captain would look at the old man. The old man is like bewildered. The captain is like, I'm sure there are many differences, but still, we should meet with them.
I'd rather trust them than this town.
Would we have heard about the whole situation in Alderland enough to know about the castles?
That's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to pull off out of him, meta style. But
feel free to roll me a history check.
I assume it'd be history. It's recent history, but
yeah, I would roll a history check. Actually, Rook can do this too if he wants, and yeah, Rook and Torgir can also roll history checks.
Nope. Oh no.
I guess it kind of makes sense. We're young and been busy, just living.
Yeah. So no, there is not really
Jesus.
there's not really wide knowledge of that yet. And it's there maybe I would say maybe Landor
You're
has...
stuck on that, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going through the same on the stream.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Discord cutting.
It might be
out.
Discord. Yeah. Let me hold on. Let me look at that real quick. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe Landor may have heard rumors myths about flying castles in the past, but and maybe is putting together some of that, but you probably would not have heard about the ones in Alderland more recently. Most of that stuff is thought to be long gone.
yeah, I guess maybe that would make more sense why I was trying to pull it out of this specific castle and him speaking about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said it was
So-
about a day's travel.
What's that?
The man that knows of us.
Which direction?
A day's travel west.
Well, I guess we could make a circuit. I believe those bandits the Jarl wanted us to take care of are a day's travel north?
That's the water. Or
It runs
I
along
guess
the
no.
water, yeah.
That's along the water.
Yeah. Yeah, but he would have said, like, the road he was talking about kind of goes a little bit more inland and then north, so...
Cut out
like-
again.
Oh, yeah. It might be... It's probably a Discord thing, because I think the stream is still good.
Did your settings reset? And is there a noise gate turned on?
I'll check. But yeah, so... the captain would, here, hold on. Okay. Now, I've changed my settings, maybe now it'll be fine. So, the captain would actually say, he'd be like, I think that perhaps we should try to kill two birds with one stone. Get two birds stoned at once. No. No, he'd say...
I would rather stone a bird.
The old men and I, we will go to this village. You all, motioning to you guys, you all should go to the bandits. I'm sure a few bandits will be nothing for you all. Especially if you take them by surprise. And then you can come meet with me in the village. But I'd like to start getting information now.
Shall we take the boat then?
No, let's walk there.
Surely it will be faster.
He'd actually nod at Rook's suggestion, say,
Yes.
I think the boat should remain here for now. There is a bit of damage that could do being repaired. And if they are at war here, like it sounded like they were saying, there may be other dangers too.
Yeah, the ocean certainly isn't safe.
Xena would look to you all and look to the captain and ask the captain. She'd be like, "Is it okay if I travel with them?"
It's an odd request to travel with the person that like tried to chop off your arms, but
Well, no, she understood that was
a little bit of a masochist.
it was fey fuckery going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess if anything, she probably understands that better than anyone here.
Yeah, so no, she's fine with that. But yeah, so the captain would nod and give her the go ahead and say that she can come with you all. And Shoal would come with you guys too, so he can keep translating. I guess you don't need him though, because now Landor can translate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so no, Shoal would. I don't know. Shoal would ask Rook if he wants him to go with him.
What?
Do
And
you-
endanger my barber? Absolutely not.
Okay. So he's he'll just be like it should be fine then. And the captain definitely the captain will take Shoal with him. Shoal will go with the captain as well as a couple other good fighters. They'll have a group of 5 of them basically, and the old man will go to this village. You guys will go to the north and then take out these bandits and loop around and meet up with them. And that's what the captain would suggest. Would you guys all agree to that?
Sure.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then the other half or whatever, 2/3 of the crew that remains will just stay with the boat to make sure the boat doesn't get stolen or something. Yeah. Yeah. In that case, then you would all break for the evening, sleeping on the boat, or Rook wanted to go sleep in the castle.
Definitely the castle.
Yeah, when he shows up, Shoal would go with too. You guys are cuddle buddies, No, but you guys are both. You would show up, and 1 or 2 other crew members who wanted to see what it's like in the castle. You go up. The guards would not be able to communicate at all with you, but would basically just point down a hall and be like that room, pointing to the room. There's a nice room in there with it's fairly simple actually. It's not like extremely rich and lavish, but it is a nice room with a bed, a cushioned bed, so like feathers in the pillow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and you get a good night's sleep.
Just what I needed.
Yeah. So yeah, you all have a peaceful night, and yeah, this city seems to be fairly peaceful right now. There are guards in case of an attack, but doesn't seem like they're expecting an attack. Right. And would you then just kind of hit the road in the direction that the bandits were?
Yeah, I would tell the captain sort of where I found the dude previously, in case he was still around, if they wanted to speak with him.
Yeah, he wouldn't be there at any other point.
Okay, so he has probably already left back.
Mm-hmm. You would see probably in the morning as you're getting ready to go, there would be, like in the market area, whatever, there might be one or two other people who kind of have similar tattoos. Normally not as much as that guy did, though. And definitely if Landor or Adric ever pass by them, they will, like, drop whatever they're holding and say a prayer. Not for anyone else, just for Landor and Adric.
Be interesting to see the reaction when the captain's like, "Yo, yeah, one of the gods is dead, by the way."
Captain, well, yeah, the captain's not gonna say that, but if you guys want to,
we'll see what happens when we get there.
Okay. Yeah, and there would you would see again like mostly humans, few halflings here and there, like maybe like 10% of the population is halfling. Then like 1% or 2% are dwarves, so just an occasional dwarf out of the rest.
I will use the opportunity to practice my dwarven.
Okay, the dwarves.
Language is lost if you don't use it.
Yeah, you would notice that the dwarves seem to be not necessarily outcasts, but people don't really talk to them unless the dwarves talk to them first. You would notice.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to like have a full conversation. Just anytime I see a dwarf, I would say hello. How are you? Something
they would
lines.
just give like a gruff like, huh.
If that's like that's the reaction I get from every dwarf.
Maybe
Basically.
one of them might be a little more friendly and say like the third or fourth one might say like, "Hello, may the gods watch over you."
I'm going to stop to talk to him.
Okay. Yeah, he's like in the market actually. It seems like it is somewhat of a stereotype, but it seems like he might be a smith or something, and he's buying some materials.
So, is there something bothering the dwarves in this town?
Everyone.
Everyone, huh?
They don't look too kindly upon us here. I get by just fine. Well, but they probably act a little more favorably to me, seeing as I smith and repair a lot of the weapons they use. The others of my kind here are, well, businessmen or just, farmers, but even if we ran from the places we came from, many times they still don't trust us here. What with all the history of slaving and warfare. And then he's like, I suppose you don't know about that, do you?
Correct.
Yeah, I know you're one of those newcomers.
I'm trying my best to learn about the town.
He's like, do you have dwarves where you're from? I would assume, seeing as you speak our tongue.
Yeah, how different are we in Dwarven here?
It's not extremely different. It's a good bit, but not extremely. It'd be like if you were trying to talk to Shakespeare,
Yeah. Yeah, there are dwarves where I come from. I would say they're looked at as favorably as as someone would look upon me myself.
The dwarves here are reclusive. They hide in the mountains mining. The best weapons are all dwarven.
Genric is a dwarf, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would say one of my best crewmates is a dwarf as well.
Yes, the dwarves here don't really mingle that much with the other races. We tend to stick to ourselves, and most of our kind are, well, if they leave the mountains, it is to conquer or to slave and make money that way. That life isn't for me. I just like working with metal.
Fair enough. May I ask
These-
your name?
Fuck, I don't have a name for him either. Okay, his name is Adric. He actually has the same name as your brother. There you go.
Adric, is it spelled differently than him though?
No, it's spelled the same way.
Spelled exactly the same. Okay.
Yeah.
How funny. My brother's name is Adric. And what is your shop's name? We may have to visit at some point.
He shrugs. He's like, you'll find it on the main square near the castle gate. I do a lot of work for the Jarl.
Okay. Adric's shop.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a name for it. It's just he just has like a smithy sign up there, and then an anvil.
Well, I hope one day, Adric, that we change the tides around here,
He's like, yeah,
so
it's
that people
fine,
don't look down on you.
He's like, what can you do when your species is known for slaving and has been for 500 years, known for just warfare on your own kind? I don't blame him for it. All I can do is look out for myself.
I blame them for it, though.
He shrugs.
It's not right.
He seems kind of apathetic to the whole thing.
Would you like some corn?
He's like, no,
No,
I
just leave. Good meeting you, Adric.
He nods and he says, farewell.
I'm just talking to every outcast of the city.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so you would do this while you're doing like your morning preparations, and pretty early morning, because you guys want to leave, I'm assuming, with most of the day ahead of you. And yeah, you all get all ready to go, and then I'm assuming hit the road. Is there anything else, or is that about it?
I'm good to hit the road.
Okay. And so you guys will hit the road and head out to the north, the captain leaving with his small group to the west towards the village.
Time to kill some banditos.
Yeah. And we'll take a quick little break here and then come back. See what is in store. So let's see. There we go. Alright, I'm going to mute us. And... We are unmuted now, so we are gonna be going ahead and continuing. Actually, is Craggy back yet?
Nope.
Oh, okay. No. So yeah, we are gonna pick up here with you all going on an adventure. So
I would never go on an adventure.
If
Yeah.
you don't play it, Dreg, maybe I will.
yeah. So you guys are gonna go ahead and you would have probably been given some more general instructions by like the captain of the guard or like a captain of the guard, who would have had it translated probably, but they would have told you basically a rough direction. As you guys are kind of leaving the city again, you're getting strange looks the whole time. As long as you've been here, you all get strange looks, but the reactions from people range from like awe, like the tattoo guy, and those like him, from indifference, like the dwarven dude, and also to like fear and nervousness, everything in between. So, you guys will, you guys will head out of the city, out the north gate and onto the road, continuing that way. Also, I just realized, my Twitch thing was way behind. Okay, now it's updating. Alright, so you guys will have, you guys will head up along the north road, and you were told basically they suspect they're a day's travel to the north and then somewhere off the road nearby. And basically this group of bandits seems to have been hitting up different sort of like groups of travelers and stuff. They haven't really gone. There are merchant caravans, generally only a couple carts together in this area. This area is not like a super. There are cities like along the coastline you would have found out, but nothing too crazy. There's not any huge metropoli. So there's small caravans here and there that have been raided. There are some merchants based in different cities in this area who have had even their bigger caravans get attacked, but normally those ones are able to fend off the attacks. Either way, you all manage to make your way along the road, and as you go, you do pass some villagers here and there who look like they're going into town to trade their goods and stuff, farmers from nearby farming communities, thorps. There's also, occasionally you come across people who seem to be like refugees, and you would have found out that to the north is where the neighboring like realm is that is at war with the people here, and so the border areas have had some attacks back and forth, and so some people are going to the city to try and find work there. Either way, you all are not bothered by anyone, and pretty much everyone who sees you all, especially with the two giant boys with you, gives you a wide berth. Like, they go clear around you all. No one approaches you or talks to you, so unless you approach anyone, you'll make it there without incident. Well,
Yeah, I assume we're just kind of looking for obvious signs of people leaving the main road, since presumably the bandits have a camp somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So eventually you'll actually start coming across what looks to be like the signs of like past attacks. On the side of the road at different parts are like carts that are kind of upturned and stuff like that.
Spilled grain and
Yeah, you would see there's like a carcass of like a dead ox at one point. One thing I would say, you guys have not seen any horses. There are ox though and cows and stuff. But yeah. So yeah, the carcass of a dead ox at one part. So you do come across some signs of banditry, it looks like. I would say from this point, once you know you're in, and this would be later in the day now, getting towards evening, you know you're in roughly the right area. You've seen quite a few of these bandit attack, the leftovers, the remnants of these travelers that were attacked and their goods. So, I would like for one of you to make a survival check, and you could be assisted by the rest. But whoever has the best survival check, or it doesn't have to be whoever's the best, but one person making a survival check to see if they can find tracks leading off the road.
I have a +4.
I have a +2.
5.
All right.
+5.
I have a +2.
I will assist my brother.
Okay, you actually all have positive modifiers, though. That's good.
Yeah, I actually took proficiency.
Okay.
Same.
Yeah.
Me too.
So I guess.
I'm just survival boys.
Yeah, I guess Adric will have advantage, assisted by all the rest of you, looking around for signs of
Makes
tracks.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
We would probably be looking at both sides of the road to see where there's signs of like ambush spots, and
Mm-hmm.
looking for the trails.
Yep. Nice. So we're going to roll it up. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
He needs
that's-
no assistance.
Yeah. So you actually are able to very quickly pick up on what you notice is that all these attacks seem to have the same pattern, that they all these like signs of wreckage have all been dragged to the left side, which is from the way you're coming, so the west side of the road. And then most of them have on all of them you found some traces leading further west as well. And more than that, actually, at one that looks to be fairly recent, you actually see, they're very faint, but you do see some tracks leading off the road into the forest.
Well, shall we go immediately to their camp?
I don't think there's any point waiting. Let's go.
Okay.
Might as well.
Right. And yeah, so you start heading off. Xena seems to be a little happier than she has been up until this point, and you could tell that it's because like she's just among trees. She seems to be very comfortable among the trees.
Weirdo.
And yeah, you start to head out off of this road into the trees. Eventually, what you discover is that the tracks are leading kind of seemingly randomly, but eventually, Adric is like just staying on them like a hound dog. Like he's not losing the trail at all. And eventually, Adric realizes that the tracks have led to an old abandoned like path that was not really visible from the main road, but kind of leads somewhat parallel to it a little ways away. And eventually it turns off on its own and kind of, does head deeper into the forest.
Must be an old logging trail or something.
And yeah, so as you guys are continuing down this road, it's honestly only maybe an hour down this road, when you do see, I'll just give you for free with that survival check, you can see smoke up in the distance. Like from a campfire, probably.
Alright.
And you would also, however, notice, Craigox, what I'll say, also included in that beautiful survival roll, well, you realize it's not actually a logging road, but it is similar. This seems to be leading to, like, if you had to guess, probably an old quarry. Because there is kind of like there are like logs in the ground that looks like they probably would have rolled large blocks on, So,
Oh.
yeah, there's like what looks to be the remnants of old quarry works. Probably, when I say old, it looks like they've probably only been abandoned a few decades, but still enough that that the forest has reclaimed a lot of this road, this path.
Alright.
But it's not ancient. And you do see campfire smoke up ahead.
So they set up at an old quarry. Suppose it would give cover. How do we want to go about this?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys... Yeah. Does anyone have any suggestions?
I've got nothing.
I mean, I think we should at least go and do a little recon, see how many there are.
They're just bandits. Why don't we just attack them?
Bandits or not, I don't want to face 100 of them.
You think there's 100 of them?
Why not,
Depending
you
on how
chicken?
cautious
I don't know.
Depending on how cautious they are, they might have some sort of traps at the end of the trail.
Maybe you're right, brother. Go for it.
So it sounds like who's going to be the one scouting then? One or two people are going to go ahead scout, or
What's the best scouting trait?
It's stealth.
yeah, probably stealth.
Well, probably not me.
Probably not me.
Let's see. I have a +1 to stealth.
I have a +0 plus disadvantage.
Because of the armor, yeah.
Am I to take it I should be the one to check Ed?
No, I think I get disadvantage on stealth checks for being so large.
Not with the stats you took. You took Goliath, so no.
Oh, okay, that's
I
within,
have disadvantage on
yeah.
stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can turn into things
Okay,
that aren't giant.
that's true.
So
Oh.
I guess you all don't seem very enthused about checking Ed. Very well. And Edric will turn into a wolf.
Okay.
Figure they're a decent prospect for scouting. They got good sense of smell and hearing, and they're stealthy.
Roll me a d4, and hope it's not a 1.
A D4.
Mm-hmm. 2. Okay. So you kind of creep forward in wolf form. Up until you actually come up to the edge of the edge of what is a fairly small but a quarry nonetheless. So you come up to the edge of this quarry, and kind of the path leading in. It looks like it was carved into the side of a hill. So the path leading in is at ground level. You kind of went around to scout ahead, and you've come up to like kind of a little bluff or cliff that looks over the edge of it. Just like a 15-foot drop or so, but maybe 20 feet. And inside, go and roll me a stealth check now. This will be good.
Alright, I'll just roll with the wolf stats, so that'll
Mm-hmm.
be D20 plus 4.
Okay.
Oof.
Yikes.
So you kind of come up and like peek over the edge here in wolf form, and you do see that there's a camp here. There is like a campfire, a few tents actually set up, and quite a few bandits. They are all just kind of dressed in like leather armor, nothing too fancy about them. The leader one, the one who's clearly the leader, you could tell because he has he has like actually like some decent studded leather on, and he's got kind of like long unkempt hair and is just sitting back drinking out of like a big jug of liquor, some sort of alcohol, and kind of laughing as they're there's probably like I would say they're actually doing like a wrestling match or something, like just entertainment. You would see there's a lot of goods around the edge of this place. There's actually quite a few barrels and crates of pilfered goods at the back of this quarry, this little pit.
Alright.
And yeah, there's quite a few. There's about you see 7 other bandits. That's it though. Unless there's one like sleeping in the tents or something, you know.
So how many total?
So 7 and then the leader, so 8 total.
Okay. Do they seem to have noticed me?
So as you're kind of looking over, you
They at least noticed a wolf.
as you're kind of looking over the one of them that you kind of the last one you actually see also seems to see you, and they're like, "Hey!" They call out, and they're not like scared or urgent. They're just like, "Hey, look! There's a wolf up there." They're clearly intoxicated a bit.
Alright.
And the bandits would all like start looking, and then one of them would be like, "Hey, come down here, doggy!"
You should yell back and say, "You've never seen a wolf before?"
Yo, that should be a high level druid ability. You can start speaking when you're an animal.
Oh god. And they kind of like
Edric
one
will
of
just act like a wild animal. He won't acknowledge them yelling. He'll just like hunker down more. act like a wolf.
Yeah, they also are trying to, like, one of them picks up some meat and, like, waves it in the air. They're trying to, like, lure you down there.
Just howl into the night and run away.
Edric will play like a dumb animal and start creeping out, being wary to see if any of them look like they're about to try and bow him down.
No, they just are like, yeah, whatever, get out of here, you mutt.
I was hoping they'd be like cartoonishly cruel and try and chase me. I was gonna act all lame and see if I could lead any of them out.
No.
All right.
They also
Sorry,
probably, I just realized you probably wouldn't understand anything they were saying, but the idea would have been clear.
Yeah, they would have been like waving at me and waving food around, but...
Yeah. I mean, because it's not like a normal wolf would understand either.
Alright. Edric will just act like he got spooked and run away.
Okay. You run back to the group?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds good.
Give him a... Get back, he'll turn back and give him a rough outline of the place and what number he saw.
In fact, let me show you what it looks like. Since you've scouted it out, this is roughly what you see. Something like this.
At least some of them are intoxicated, so wouldn't be a terrible time to attack.
So you guys are approaching from the south along the road, but you know where they are now. You don't have to approach that way into the camp.
How high are the walls there?
Yeah, I was just about that.
15, 20 feet tall, those drop-offs.
Okay.
So it was a quarry that they just kind of burrowed into the side of a cliff face to get some rock.
Exactly, yeah. So those cliffs around the edge are about 20 feet above their camp.
So yeah, if anybody favors range, if they could get up, that would basically get them out of any kind of melee.
We know who that is.
That, and if we block the... if we get at the entrance here, they'll basically be trapped.
It's true.
Especially with two of us being big boys.
We could try to barter.
Barter.
With two of us standing at the front, blocking their only way out, I'm sure we could get something out of them.
Or we could kill them and get everything out of them, and then the reward for their heads.
Do you not think information could be more useful about this place than some gold coin?
Oh, do you think any of them speak any language that we would know?
Even if they did, I don't think any bandits would have any useful information for us anyway.
You'd be surprised, bandits know the lay of the land better than most.
I'll tell you what, brother. We can approach and you can try and parlay with them while the rest lie in wait.
Okay. So yeah, so here I'm gonna try you guys out. I want you to put yourselves where you want to try to get to. I want you to put yourselves where you want. Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
Wow!
I don't mind two of me.
Are the same to you now?
Yeah, all the giants look the same. You know. No, but so I want you to put yourselves where you ideally want to get to, and then we'll go over if you actually make it there. So just drag yourselves around where you would want to be going.
Yeah, I guess honestly, if any of them want to be sneaky about it, they would have to go first, and then obviously be off the road. Sounds like we're just like gonna walk up and start trying to communicate.
I assume Drake probably wants to sneak somewhere else.
Yeah, Drake.
Yeah, ideally I'll get like over there.
Okay. So and then
maybe like a bit more over here-ish, so I get behind some trees.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if anything else, if nothing else, we're just a little bit of a distraction, so Drake can get to where he needs to be.
Yeah. He has the advantage that they might just assume it's that wolf again.
Yeah.
True.
Woo.
As long as he doesn't trip over a rock and yell in human tongue or something.
Xena will just like hide behind the trees back here and just watch. But yeah, so the rest of you are just gonna approach. So what I want then is Drake. I would like for Torgir. I would like for him to have to do a stealth roll.
Fine.
Okay. We're
Give
giving
me
him advantage though, as a distraction. Right?
The what?
We're distracting.
You know,
Or
that's
he could
fair.
have
Okay,
advantage.
okay. Yeah. So you can roll another one, and then we'll to have advantage.
That's what I was trying to say previously.
17.
Okay. Yeah. So you would actually be you'd be fine because you'd be sneaking into position as the others approach. Yeah. So then, Adric and Rook and Landor, as you guys approach, you just call out to them.
Adric's just looking at his brother. This is his show.
Brother, you're gonna have to help me. I just came up with the idea. You know I don't speak well to people.
Don't worry, they probably won't understand any languages we know anyway.
Yeah, I guess as walking forward, we will try the common yell out in multiple different languages to see if anything sticks.
Can I
Okay.
just do like a orc war chant?
You can
Just to start off.
you can do that in the background as they're.
Just this weird looking human just chanting behind a couple of giant boys.
Okay.
Whoa. Orc, thank you.
Yeah. Alright, so you chant. They all get their that gets their attention. They also look around like, what's going on? And then Landor and Adric kind of, there's like a slight incline, so you kind of come up over the hill to this area here, and they all start like picking up their weapons and stuff. They would like move around to like make sure they all have vision.
Okay.
The leader
do
would
any
step
of-
forward.
Do any of the languages called out, that being Orcish, Dwarven, or Giant, or anything else that the other two
Northern.
would speak?
So the when you get to Dwarvish, seems like the leader guy understands. He's like, "What the fuck do you want?" in Dwarvish. Pretty fluent Dwarvish, actually.
We saw the what would you call it? The wreckage of the cart off the road. We followed
Yeah.
the tracks back to here.
Yeah, what the fuck of it?
You see, we're new to this land.
That's obvious. I haven't seen any like you before. I've heard stories, but
Well, I figured if there was anybody that would know these lands better than most, it would probably be, bandits pillaging along the roads.
bandits. We're no bandits, just opportunists making our trade in war.
Sorry, that's what we would call them back home. I don't mean to offend.
Where the fuck are you from, anyways? Far west, the mountains?
Where are we from?
You're from the different continent far to the east.
Well, no, like what?
Oh.
I forgot what it was called.
The
Area that we're from.
Norholmen?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably like say like the place name of where we're from.
Yeah, and he's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, place beyond the barrier.
What the fuck are you talking about? Listen,
Have you never
What-
seen the barrier?
what are you here for? I don't give a shit about your barrier.
You would if you've seen it.
Edric will actually like whisper in giant, like, "Yeah, what are we here for? You wanted information, right?"
Yeah, I don't know what information we're looking for, honestly.
Listen, if you're looking for work, maybe we could take you on, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys have the guts for this line of work.
Back home, we were raiders. We can do all sorts of stuff to all sorts of people.
He's like, yeah?
Yeah.
He's like, are you actually looking for that sort of work?
That's what we set out for, was to raid. We ended up
Like-
here in a far-off land that we're unfamiliar with by happenstance, but
He's like, here, we'll let you raid with us, but first you gotta contribute. Toss me some coin, and then maybe we'll see about giving you some work.
Hmm.
No reason not to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll toss him over like 2 gold pieces, I guess.
He's like, he looks at them and then throws them on the ground and spits on them. He's like, is that all you got? Hand me some more, and then maybe we'll talk.
Hmm.
I will toss 1 more piece.
He's like, he looks a little annoyed. Then he points. He actually pulls out a sword and he points it at. He points at. Most of them have like just like spears, but he has a sword and he points it at Rook and he's like, how about you? Although you don't see the language. I guess Landor would translate.
I would translate.
Thank you.
But he's like, how about you? How much money you got on you?
I'm gonna reach into my bag of holding, and I'm gonna stuff my entire arm down there, up into my shoulder. Okay? It seems like I'm gonna grab a whole lot of coin, and then I rip my hand out, and I'm just giving them the finger.
Nice. When they see this, they like whisper when you shove your whole arm in the bag, because the bag doesn't look like it could fit your whole
I was
arm.
gonna say they probably are interested in the bag now.
They are now very interested in that bag because they magic items are rarer here than they are in the part of the world that you guys are from. But they're not rare enough to the point where people don't know what they are. They know what this item is, or at least they can put it together. And since they at least know what it is, or can guess, they know that it's worth a lot of money. Double or triple what it would be back where you guys are from. And that's a lot of money, by the way. So, like, because, like, normally, to put in perspective, a normal bag of holding, maybe, like, 300 gold or something, right? Which is enough to live off of for, like, if you these guys could use that to buy alcohol for, like, months. And that's a normal cost. Yeah, they look very intrigued, and they're like, yo, how about you just say you hand us that bag? Weird looking guy, and it'll make up for your insult. You think you're some sort of funny guy.
I'm going to whisper to Rook and Orcish.
Okay.
These guys don't seem to be willing to cooperate with us. How about you hand me?
So.
How about you? Either you or I go up to hand them the bag and hit them with a surprise attack.
I'm with you. Well, let's see if we can get the guy talking to come over to get the bag himself.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
He says that he's willing to hand over the bag.
What, does he not speak Dwarven like you do?
He does not.
Nah, you come over here. I'm not going over there.
Wow. I guess he doesn't want the bag that much.
I figured you'd be more willing to come to us instead of having us advance on you. I didn't want to make it seem like we would attack you or something.
He motions for a couple of his guys to move forward. So a couple of them are going to move forward.
Okay.
So what's the plan for you then?
I'm gonna move forward.
Okay.
Wait, can I move forward? Are
Yeah,
we doing turns
fine.
now, or what?
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would...
Okay. I'm gonna reach my hand out. Now, just to clarify, I think Zyle said a bag of holding doesn't have any air in it.
It starts with air in it, but it doesn't
It has
replenish.
10 minutes worth.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! No, my plan's ruined.
You gotta really have them in the. You want to have them in the bag for a long time.
What you do is you fill the entire bag of holding with water.
I mean,
do I have that much water on
I
me?
mean, I would say these guys would not. It is
Start
possible.
pissing.
They might be able to like. If you
All I'm
manage.
saying, we have shoved entire people into bags of holding before.
Yeah,
True.
that's possible if you want to try that, and they wouldn't be able to get out. I've ruled that
Okay.
very powerful magic people can figure out ways to get out, but normal people, no.
All right. Okay. Okay. So are these guys dwarves?
No, it's just the leader
No,
speaks
okay.
Dwarvish for whatever
Okay.
reason.
All right. I'm holding
there's
out
a
my arm, as if I'm gonna give him the bag of holding, and he's coming to reach for it, but at the very last second, I take the bag and I try to stuff him in there.
So it's gonna be more like you try to put it over his head and then just pull it
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
All right, roll me
It'd be
roll
a
me
grapple,
roll me an athletics check with advantage
Alright, yeah.
because he wasn't expecting it. And then they're gonna try to dodge out of the way, but let's see.
Ooh.
Yo.
Ooh.
Give me a second here. Sorry. What'd you roll? 19, pretty good. He will roll normal to try and escape, and no, you get him. So he goes, he goes and then his scream gets cut off because his head goes into the bag, and you literally just pull it down and keep pulling until his whole body is in the bag, and he's gone. And
Would I be able to make an attack with this as well? As a
roll me an
coordinated
insight
attack?
check. Roll me an insight
Well,
check.
we talked about it.
They both
beforehand.
knew that they were gonna ambush.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Adric, on the other hand, is just like ready for some shit to go down.
Yeah, you don't know.
He's just standing back, like sees him like whoosh somebody into the bag, and he's like, "The fuck."
Yeah, feel free to roll an attack roll with advantage. That's fine. Pretty good.
Nice.
All right, roll
Does
your
this
damage.
seem like the signal to me?
Well, it is definitely gonna be combat in a second. So, okay, and actually, this one just falls down dead. Like you just stab him in the gut, and he was not expecting it. Yeah, we'll roll initiative. So feel free to click on your tokens and roll into initiative. Well then,
Yo.
that's certainly something.
Yo, big initiative.
It's a way to start.
It's okay. The bandits are drunk.
That's true. Do
none
they
of
get
them-
disadvantage because they're drunk?
No, none of them are fully drunk. Just a couple are buzzed here and there. Nothing like too crazy.
The really drunk one is in the bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god, what if we forget about him for like half an hour?
Then he's dead.
Like, let's interrogate the bandit. Oh shit.
Oh, I guess if we do finish this within 10 minutes, we can just interrogate him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that doesn't have any shared languages.
We'll bring him to the town. As a
Try and
hostage.
knock out the bandit leader, I guess.
Oh no, we can bring him back to the village.
Okay. So as the let's get this sorted. All right. So as the
As our prisoner.
So as this combat begins, the captain, the bandit captain leader dude gets to go first. And he literally, the first thing he does, he raises his hand to his lips and goes, whoosh. I can't whistle actually like that, at least. I can't whistle, but not like that. But he does a whistle with his fingers, a piercing whistle, out in the air, and just yells, "Get 'em, boys!" And he already had his I said long sword, but it's actually a short sword. It's very short, pee-pee size, 2 inches. No, he's got his short sword out, and he had been using that to point, like pointing where to hand the stuff to. But now he pulls out a dagger in his other hand, and dual wielding will just run in towards Rook. And he's
I
going
guess you
to,
were the most insulting.
He's gonna hack at you, bud.
All right. Attack
So,
away.
first attack.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, and you're not raging yet.
Nope.
So you're gonna take
6.
that damage, and then actually no, yeah, and then another one from the short sword. A 9 misses, I'm assuming, and then
Yes.
finally a thrust in with the dagger.
That hits.
Okay, it would be offhand, so it'll actually only be 3 damage. Yeah, so it's only
Okay,
3.
so 9.
Yeah, let me actually fix that so it doesn't do that. There you go. Yeah, so 9 total damage as he just comes in and starts, like, he hacks with the slashes back and forth, the short sword, then, jabs on in.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he whistles out again before he charges in and says, "Get 'em, boys." And Rook, your turn.
All right, I'm raging.
Okay, you rage. Swing out your weapon.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use my great sword to attack the leader boy.
Okay,
hmm
pretty good. Is this a normal attack or a reckless attack?
Normal.
Okay,
attack.
it wouldn't matter here, but yeah, just
Okay.
good to. So yeah,
So
so you
I'll
definitely
go normal.
Yep. So you actually do hit him. He has some like nice studded leather on, but it's not enough to stop your blow. Okay, nice. And 14 damage comes swinging in. Actually, seems like that's a good chunk of damage. Doesn't really phase him that much. And he's like, "Oh, this will be a good fight." That's all, I'm assuming?
That is all. Yep.
Alright, Adric's turn.
Oh, he does. He gets the ancestral protectors around him too, as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, put that in chat so I can remember what that does.
Sure. Oh, I just clicked it accidentally.
Okay.
Alright, so blue boy up here.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Which one was that? Sorry, which blue boy? The middle one?
Middle one.
Okay. Yep, that hits. Actually, just barely, but it hits.
Thank God these boys don't have good armor.
Yep, they just have like leather armor, or maybe even just like hide armor, you know. But it's yeah. Does it actually have a dex save too, or is that different?
Let's see. You create the shard. On the hit, the target takes the D10, which is the 5.
Okay.
Hit or miss, the shards then explode. The target and each creature within 5 feet must make a dex save or take the other damage.
Okay.
So yeah, they do make the dex save.
And they fail. So they're gonna take all of that.
Yep.
And that is enough to kill them. And so they also just like ice shards lodge into them, and then they just fall to the ground dead.
Nice.
Is that all?
And then, you know, I'll move from here.
Okay.
I trust my brother's pan.
Alright. Torgir, what are you gonna do? You have a vantage point here.
Alright,
Only
let me
time this pan
check
has
something real quick.
disappointed you is
Your first attack
when I
will
cook
have like
something with
unseen
it.
attacker, you know?
Yeah.
Assuming you're not gonna just charge in yelling.
I'm just gonna sneak in over here just so I have a bit of a better vantage point.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Actually, wait, real
I like
quick.
this dynamic of Drake being far away from us.
I have a because he can't fireball you. I actually want you to make
because
me.
if anything bad happens with his wild ass magic,
I would like Drake. I would like you to make a perception check real quick before you do your chaos bolt.
Alright. 5.
Okay. Yep, you're good. You just hear the sounds of combat.
Oh no,
Yep.
he doesn't notice whatever's in the woods.
Let's see.
There's always
What's
something.
the range on
Oh,
Chaos
it's a
Bolt?
troll.
120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
What's this map corner to corner? Alright, so any combat that ever occurs in this map I can interact with, basically. Alright, so Bandit Leader Boy.
Alright.
I'm gonna send this Chaos Bolt over to him.
Yep. I would like you to roll the d20 afterwards, but do this first.
Yeah.
It's a leveled spell, right?
It is a leveled spell, yes.
Okay.
So a 21 to hit.
Yep, that is a definitely a hit.
Alright, and 6 or a 5. That is lightning or poison damage. Let's go with lightning.
Okay. He gets zapped.
So 13 lightning damage.
It's pretty good. He's still not visibly wounded.
And then I will roll the d20.
Okay. Roll the d20.
Hey!
Alright. Roll me your,
Yeah.
Oh no.
Boop.
It happened! The classic!
Hell yeah.
So, Torgir casts this Chaos Bolt. Lightning, like, arcs out from his hands, Palpatine style. into this guy. No, it's just a bolt of energy that heads out, and he crackles with electricity. And some of these guys down here like turn and look at him, and then Torgir, like, he realizes that the magic that he was channeled for it, he can't actually stop the power from coming, and so it doesn't stop coming. Don't stop coming. They don't. No, it. And so.
All right. So I fail the save
Oh,
because I
God.
assume it uses my save.
You might go
DC.
down here.
I might. And then let's do boop.
Oh!
I'm down.
So Torgir, so you all see Torgir do this. He does a good bit of damage of this thing, but then all of a sudden, does Torgir have any reaction before? Like, he realizes what's happening. Does he yell anything out before it happens?
Yes.
Okay.
Shit.
And then all of a sudden, you just see a fireball like appear in his hands, and bam! He literally just gets exploded. Not exploded. Like, he doesn't get exploded, but explodes on him.
I mean, I do get exploded. I just don't get like gibbed.
Yeah.
But also, there's a forest fire happening now.
Yes, this whole chunk of the forest is on fire. Also, it would barely not hit this guy, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately.
He's also up, so it would.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, if he was a little closer, maybe, but as it is, no. So, it singes the hair on this guy, though.
Yeah, there's like a
And,
blast wave of heat on
yeah.
that guy's face.
Oh, jeez. And they, you all see Torgir do this. It literally, you roll the 20 and on the d20 and then the fireball. Wow. Okay, it happens sometimes.
All right.
That's Torgir's turn. Well, this got more interesting.
Maybe the last one he'll ever take.
Maybe.
Forest.
Okay, so it's these blue boys here. Blue dabba dee dabba. This one looks up, I was like, what the fuck? And then realizes that there's an enemy in front of him. He's just gonna charge
Yeah,
him.
honestly, if they're paying attention, so we are also looking up that way, going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, we knew what happened.
Yeah.
well, we've never seen him literally explode into a fireball before.
That's
I
true.
mean, I have a strong assumption of what a huge fiery explosion was.
Yeah. Like, we know who it was, just not.
So
why.
yeah, so this guy
Yeah,
runs
yeah.
up. This guy actually is running up. He's actually not even realizing exactly what happened, but putting it together. Because again, like, wild magic is a very common type of magic in this part of the world. And so this guy actually puts it together pretty quickly, and he comes over, and he doesn't know exactly what the magic was supposed to do there, but he goes over and he yells at, actually, I guess none of you would understand, but he yells out something, has a grin on his face, and he reaches out, and he's actually going to try to use a spell of his own on you, Landor. This guy apparently has some very minor magics himself. Yeah, lots of times just normal enemies will have like maybe one or two minor magical abilities in this part of the world. So when you guys are fighting them, I'm gonna throw those in because that is just
So
how
we're
it
gonna be
is
fighting
here.
bandits that randomly know a cantrip or two.
Exactly, yeah, like just mixed in to any group of like fighters, there's gonna be a one or two minor magic users or maybe major magic users. It is very common for people to just occasionally have some control of magics. They're gonna come in against Landor, and they're gonna do Shocking Grasp. Are you wearing metal armor? And I don't remember what effect that has. If you are,
It gives advantage.
gives advantage, but it has to be like. Are you in like? What are you in like?
It has to be like chain or plate.
Yeah,
or
are you in
something.
chainmail or
Yeah, ceramic chain.
ceramic chain? Yeah, no. So he's gonna he's gonna come with advantage. He doesn't have a high chance to hit even with that, honestly. So there's. I don't remember. Oh, okay. He crits. Never mind. Bruh.
Great.
No. It's just Shocking Grasp. How bad could it be? It's.
He also foolishly put himself in range of both boys, so he can't draw back afterwards.
I don't remember. Does Shocking Grasp? It's based on the spellcaster level, right? Not like the.
No, it's total character.
It is
level.
total. Oh wait, no. This guy's weak though. It would still be. He's like.
He would
second
be
level.
at most level 3.
Yeah,
so
he's like.
It would
he's
still
like
be base
second
level cantrip, probably.
Yep. So it'll just be 2d8 for the crit. So you'll take 10 lightning damage as you get shocked.
Yep, and he loses his reaction, unfortunately.
Ouch. Yeah.
Or Or he can't like retaliate or whatever. I don't know
Something
the
like that.
exact wording.
I'm also gonna just so I
I
remember.
think they lose reactions until the end of their next
Just
turn.
so I remember which one here has the magics. It's that one. Alright. Alright, so that's that one. Then the other one over here.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Ooh. I only
What's that?
reduce it by 5.
Here you go. Yeah, what is that from? I don't remember. That's one of your thingies, right? Your cavalier
Yeah.
things? Or,
No, Stone
Goliath.
Remembrance. Yeah.
Yeah, Goliath thing. So he comes in here. This guy comes in and will. Yeah, well, does that take your reaction though?
Yeah,
Good
shocking
question.
grasp takes your reaction away. So.
Because you do it. Yeah, it actually.
Well, if it
Yeah.
that might be that's interesting
re-
because if
Yeah.
it's triggered by shocking grasp,
I would say that you
I,
could.
I think if it's triggered by the attack but not the damage, it could still go through. Or just like essentially before the damage occurs, I think that would make sense for stuff like shield.
Yeah, it says on a
But
hit.
It's when you take damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so since this applies the reaction thing on a hit, it doesn't even have to specify. It's separate from the damage. So I would say that you can't use it for the damage, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So then this guy will come in, and this guy's going to stab at you with his spear. I'm assuming that misses. Yep. Alright, that is those boys. Now it's the other boys, though. The red boys. This one is actually going to pull out like a short bow. It says crossbow, but it'll be a short bow. So it'll just be, let's see, yeet, and he misses. He shoot. Oh, I should specify who he's shooting at. He would be shooting at Rook. He's gonna move forward as well. The other guy, he misses. This guy is gonna run up next to Rook and try to jab at you with his spear.
Miss.
Bruh. Alright, that is all for them. It is now Landor's turn.
Okay, we're gonna stab at the big boy for now.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's actually not a hit. He has got some nicer armor on and is also fairly dexterous himself.
Yeah. Once more?
Okay. Yep, that is a hit indeed.
Okay, he is marked as well now.
Okay. Gotcha. And yeah, roll your damage, and we'll see.
Ooh, only 7.
Okay, yeah, just a 7. He is visibly wounded now, though, so just past the threshold. Alright, is that all you do? I'm
That
assuming
is all I do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming you stay up in there since he.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. It is now that boy's turn, and he like kind of ignores the hit or tries to shake off the hit he got from Landor, and mostly just focuses on Rook, and he says, "Think you're something of a smart guy, huh?" In Dwarvish, so you wouldn't even understand. But
Yeah.
Real quick, Landor translates. He said, "Do you think you're someone of a no?" He's just gonna come in and try to stab you.
Alright.
He's gonna try to shank you.
He has disadvantage.
Oh.
Bad hits.
Okay, well, hold on though. No, it doesn't because it is disadvantage. So
Oh, right.
yeah,
Oh,
is
then
it just the
doesn't.
first one?
What's that?
Is it just the first attack that he makes, or all attacks?
When he's within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, but is it only?
I
Here,
will
yeah,
just
throw it
force
in the
it
chat.
down.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Yeah. Okay, so in that case, So what I'll say is, it's basically like you kind of like jab your pan in the way, inflicting disadvantage. He will actually turn his attention to you now, realizing that you're interfering. So now he'll try to stab at you, Landor.
He
I
gets
think he has
disadvantage, by the
disadvantage
way.
against me
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does.
he has the ancestral protectors around him.
Oh!
He's double marked.
Yeah.
The ultimate
Yeah.
team.
Oh god, how does that one work? I don't remember. Let's see. Yeah.
It just
Warriors
gives him
of-
disadvantage
Mhm,
against
so-
anyone else but me.
That tier is disadvantage to.
So it's
God.
so everybody has disadvantage on everybody.
Let's try it. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then they never.
we have to hit them first. We have to give them a bonk first, though.
So he's gonna stab at Landor. Bruh. I don't even need to roll the disadvantage on. He like trips over his blade. He's gonna be so flustered that he like trips down and tries to spin it around though and like use a dagger attack as he's coming up off the ground at Rook again this time. Why not? He goes back and forth with his disadvantage. Bruh. And he's so flustered, he yells out orders. He's like, fucking get them men! And he'll actually whistle again real quick. Which brings us to the patrol. That has already been rolled in initiative. And is actually coming from this direction. A patrol...
So this area is all on fire.
Yes.
They gotta be careful up there, dude.
Yeah,
A patrol...
They get through.
They would actually like come over here and just like see the fucking fire going on. One of them is gonna like come over to here, and you can like barely kind of I guess there's nothing on fire right here, so we can kind of see. This one he's gonna pull out a light bow or just a normal bow or short bow. That's what it's called. Oh god, I gotta remember what's the range on short bows because I don't have those out.
It's like 90, I think.
I
80.
think it's 80, 120.
80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got plenty of range. He will shoot at. He'll shoot at the one that his leader is targeting, you know. Even though he just came on the scene, he can realize that that's the biggest threat. So he will do that. Real quick, let me just do some real quick. Activate my hacks. No.
I just need to roll a 20, and then I can take these guys out.
Okay, so he'll hit Rook.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You'll take bruh. That's 3, which gets reduced to 1, bruh. Yep, one piercing damage, and he's like, this guy curses because he like didn't do much damage. These guys, I don't even know. I guess they'll. One of them will come over here. The other one's gonna dash, and he's actually gonna use some of his movement to slide down this rock thing. It's double movement to do that, but he slides down there. They kind of like they don't even bother with Torgir, mainly because he's wreathed in flames and this whole area's on fire. They don't even know what's going on there. They're just like whatever. This one will take a shot at Landor.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. So they miss. Oh yeah, sorry, that was this group after the bandit captain. All right, Rook, it's your turn.
All right. Now for the protectors.
Mm-hmm.
It's just on the start of my turn, as long as I'm raging, they will just target the first person I attack, right? It's not a one-time use kind of thing?
So, no, yeah, so it's as long as you're raging, and then it applies to the first creature you hit with an attack.
Okay.
So, which right now you only have 1 attack per turn, but...
Yeah. I am going to attack Chieftain Boy again.
Okay, sounds good.
F.
Alright. You miss, and you actually... It's one of those things where Landor has kind of been jabbing his pan in the way to, like block the
Don't put this on me. He rolled the bad roll.
No. Just hear me out. So it's one of those things where it's just kind of like Rook is like waiting for an opening to get around your blocking, which is good. The blocking is working fine, but then Rook just kind of miscalculates and goes bonk and hits the pan shield instead.
Once the tip of his sword on pan.
Luckily the sword is magic, so it's fine. It's durable.
You better not hurt his pan.
The pan might have a little dent in it, you know. So
Unlikely.
anyways, so yeah, you do that and miss, unfortunately. You do anything else? Or?
All right. No, stay put.
All right, Adric, your turn.
What?
Can I say something to my brother?
Can you what?
Can I say something to my brother?
Sure.
Brother, you really have to go see that fireball.
It's fair.
Is that code for I should go heal our boy?
you really gotta get up there, man. We can hold them off.
I would say Adric, like being a magic user, has understanding of magics, and the amount of magic he saw just explode up there, he knows something is not right. Whether Torgir is alive or not, he doesn't know, but like he knows that something went wrong.
Well, hey, aren't you glad that I wasn't near you guys?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
It's potential. It wouldn't have knocked everyone down, but it would have.
It would have been 31 damage to everyone, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
So I
2
would have been
HP.
Yeah.
Me and Rook would have been up and then died the next turn to the fire.
Well, no, all of them would have been dead.
Yeah.
And there's not
Oh,
a whole lot of
jeez.
stuff flammable over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh,
from
there,
there, you can...
there we go. I can get there.
Yeah. You definitely see Torgir like wreathed in flames as everything is, but like it's with Fireball. It is a lot of flame. It's not like it's not like literally everything is on fire. It's just that a lot of stuff has caught fire in that area. So like you can still
Alright.
get to him safely. It's fine.
So I get up there.
That was 30, or?
That was my full movement with sprint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the sprint.
All right, so as he gets up here and sees the situation, sees our boy on the ground, charred up. He also sees these boys well
Yeah.
now.
And they see
Yep.
you. Yep.
How far away are they?
They shout out to each other, and again, you don't know what they're saying, but they're clearly pointing at you, saying like, "Let's get him."
All right, well, Adric will start glowing with points of light on his joints, and he'll shoot a glowing arrow at one of them.
Okay.
Probably this one.
All right.
Nope.
And he misses, unfortunately.
Yikes.
He's not used to cardio, man. He's
Yeah.
worn out.
All right.
Threw his aim off.
Is that all you do then?
Yeah.
All right. Torgir, it's your time to shine.
Hell yeah, let's do this. Bam.
Oh,
Oh,
at least
It
it
could
is.
be worse. It could
At
be
least
worse.
it's not a
It
one.
could be one worse.
But
Yeah.
one worse would have been significant.
It makes a big difference.
It would have
Yeah.
been significantly worse, yeah.
It would have also been significantly funnier.
Torgir is just groaning on the ground there. Oh, jeez. As Torgir like feels the life fading, he's not dead, but he's dying.
I have a question for you. What would you say the percentage chance of this tree that I'm standing under falling on top of me is?
It's not high. It would take. It's a big tree. It's gonna take some time to.
But I want a percentage chance.
I go 1% chance that it happens
All right.
in this combat. Yeah, you're good.
Alright, it didn't happen.
But no, so so Torgir, as he feels the life fading from him, it's an empty feeling as before when he had been linked to the gods, that their power or whatever it was that granted him power, it was warm and comforting. Right now, as he feels his life fading, it just feels like he's falling into an empty void of nothingness. It is bandit time. These blue boys. This boy is gonna try to shock you again. So, let's see. Where's the roll? I'm just gonna try to. So he'll try to shock you. It will be an advantage. Does an 18 hit?
Just hits.
Okay. So he does just hit, and it wasn't a crit this time. So you just take. Oh wow, 8. And
Just-
and you lose your reaction. The other boy tries to, he's gonna be smart. Actually, come over here and try to flank you first. And he jabs you with his spear. 13
Nope.
misses. Yeah. All right. That's those boys. Now the red boys, and this one is now gonna take his time to actually get up close, dropping his bow and now pulling out his spear. And you're just gonna take a couple attacks here, Rook.
All right.
All right. There's one.
Nope. And
2.
yes for the 16.
Okay, that will hit. You do. Oh my god! I just keep getting.
Let's go.
Becomes 1, bruh.
He's gonna die of paper cuts.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I've been doing this wrong. I'm not gonna penalize you if I have, but is spear a versatile weapon or whatever, or finesse? What is it? No, not versatile. Finesse. No, it's not.
It can be held in 2 hands. Yes.
Yeah, but they don't get to use Dex modifier.
No.
No. Okay. So never mind. That's correct. Shit. Okay. Yeah, that is them. Then Landor. You're surrounded by enemies, but you got Rook by your side.
the big boy didn't actually hit you, did they? Rook?
No.
Okay. My extra attack on them only happens if they actually hit. So I'm just going to try to clean up some fodder here, I guess. Well, we're gonna attack the the boy who's been successful against me.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Rook, he's been hit a few times, but he's still over half health. Rook is pretty tanky, you know? So, yeah, that's a hit on that one. Okay.
7.
He's still alive, but visibly wounded.
He is also marked now as well.
Okay, sounds good. Is that all you do?
I will also... Oop.
Okay, second wind. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Alright. It's now the big boy's turn. And even though, like, a couple of his guys are dead and he is visibly wounded, he's like... He yells out in Dwarvish, he's like, "We got you surrounded now, you bastards." And he's gonna come in for an attack. Wait, so he's marked, so he'll have disadvantage on Rook if he attacks Rook? Shit.
He is marked, yeah.
Okay. He will, he's gonna try anyways. Oh, 19 hits Rook.
That does hit.
Oh, bruh. Only 2 damage. Shit. And this guy's pissed now because he's like, Rook should be dead. There's no way this guy can handle this much punishment. Misses.
Does not.
Ooh.
Does.
Okay. Bruh! Oh, okay. Luckily the damage rolls, they've been hitting you a lot, but their damage rolls are shit, so, yeah.
Wait,
they just...
yeah. Landor gets an attack, doesn't he?
Oh!
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, okay. Right.
Yeah, it happens on my turn. My next turn is...
okay, cool.
Okay.
Then that's his turn. Now it's the green boy bandits. This one here is going to spend his turn running to get in the battle himself. So he's going to get all the way up to here. Then the other two are going to just level their bows, or draw their bows and release arrows at Adric. So Adric, you're about to take a couple shots here. 1, 2. Bruh!
Yikes.
I'm hiding behind the smoke from this fire.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. So they miss, and they just, like, load more shots up. They're basically just gonna be archer boys. Rook, it's your turn.
Alright. Landor, which blue guy did you hit? The one in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the top one.
Yeah.
That's the one that had magic, too.
Yeah. I am actually gonna hit blue boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh! Let's go.
So if you click it, it should, it'll oh my god. So that, yeah. So the rage doesn't get doubled, but everything else, oh god. So that is beautiful, wow. I mean, yeah, you literally, I don't know, he's dead, but how do you kill him? Just...
I upswing my sword, through his legs, clean cut in half.
Oh, like vertical cut in half?
Yep, 2 sides of his body.
Oh, jeez,
All
yeah,
I'm
that's
saying,
That's brutal.
Perfectly symmetrical.
Some extra sauce on that psychic sword. It should do like a psychic scream and it explodes people's head when it crits something in.
Maybe he'll unlock the true power to do that, the true power of the sword. But definitely, yeah, you just swing up, and a normal blade, even at your full strength, you normally wouldn't be able to do that. But this is a magic blade that cuts through things with the extra power. And so you just go and just chop him in half. And just guts and blood spilling everywhere. It's disgusting, but he's dead. and this guy is like, he's like, oh shit. Is that all you do? That is definitely a demoralizing blow, but the leader is still, commanding them.
He's been giving me paper cuts, and then I just slice his boy in half in front of him.
Yeah. Actually, give me an intimidation roll, because I'm assuming you'd probably pair this with like an orcish roar, a battle roar. Okay,
13.
it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. So it definitely, like, the normal boys are all very intimidated, not to the point where they're going to run away, especially since their leader is still barking out orders, but they are certainly intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
Adric, what are you going to do up here?
Alright. Get over here.
Okay.
Crouch down. Give him a little healing hands.
Okay.
Cure wound him. Level 2.
Torgir's life floods back to him. Ooh, that's a good roll.
Yo.
It's not time to die yet.
Wasn't planning on it.
Then he'll get up and, like, he'll kind of take a knee and, like, body block these two from seeing him.
Nice.
And then he'll shoot another light arrow with his bonus action.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. That is a hit.
The closer one, yep.
Yep.
Yo.
10 radiant.
That is a lot. The guy's actually barely alive, but very hurt.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright, that'll do it.
Alright, Torgir, you are back up as well. The tide is
Alright, let's
shifted
see
a
if we can
bit.
kill both of us.
Oh no!
I swear to God.
You just fireballs again.
Alright, so I'm going here,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. Is it a leveled spell?
Yes.
Are you gonna use your Tides of Chaos? You should do that. That would be fun.
No, I'm not, because this isn't an attack roll, so
Okay.
it wouldn't benefit me.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Boop. So these guys need to make con saves.
Okay. Nice. So it's just like a cone of ice that just.
And
Spreads
if
out.
they fail, they are frozen.
Oh wow. Okay.
Let me display in VTT. There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's a big cone. It's not just
Yeah,
these guys.
That's a lot. Wow.
It,
all
it
the
extends out
trees.
here.
All the trees will be frozen too.
Holy shit.
Does
Alright.
Adric need to do a saving throw?
No, it's a cone, so it's like in front of him. He's basically with his hands. Yeah, the one. So this one's just gonna die. He had 1 HP, so he's just
All right.
and frozen. This one, let's see, is also
Alright.
dead. He's dead. They because it is the full 12, right? So
Yeah.
yep, he's dead and frozen.
All right. And I'm going to use my object interaction to kick this one off the ledge.
Okay. As you do that, I will have you make the D20 roll though, because it is a
Yeah.
leveled spell.
Well, actually, I'd do that here just so we know where stuff
Okay.
do be. All right,
Okay.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, you're fine. So you kick him off the edge. His body tumbles down, just crashes and like explodes into pieces.
Jeez, this is getting gruesome, dude.
Yeah. Okay. There's that. Is that all you do?
Well, let's see. No,
Okay.
actually, I am going to use my meta magic quicken spell
Okay.
to quicken a cantrip,
Yeah.
and I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage.
Uh,
And I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at Big Boy McLarge Dude.
Yeah. The leader dude. Got it.
Yeah.
Does even with if it's a cantrip, if you use Tides of Chaos, does it still do the thing?
No. It's my next leveled spell. You can just have me roll on the wild magic table instead of rolling the D20.
Okay, I gotcha.
So 24 to hit.
Yeah, you did Shocking Grasp, but it's the same either way, I'm assuming. So it just
Yeah.
Yep.
So theoretically, if you took a rest before casting another leveled spell, you'd be safe.
Yeah.
Right.
oh god,
1 damage.
one.
Alright. I pressed Ray of Frost that time.
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
pretty sure I pressed it both times.
That's
but...
okay. It's still a D8 though, right? So it's
Yeah.
It's just cold, and he doesn't have any resistance size either way. So,
Yeah.
yeah, he just he gets a little zap of freeziness. Is that all you do then?
Yep. Yep.
Doesn't Ray of Frost have a secondary effect?
it does,
Yes, his
yeah.
speed is reduced by 10, I think.
Okay, cool. So his speed is reduced. Alright, it's this blue boy. He's gonna move into position
Yeah.
here to flank Landor with the leader. And he's just gonna try to stab you with his spear.
Nope.
Bruh. That doesn't work. And now it's the red boys who are both next to Rook. Alright, Rook, here we go.
Yep.
Here we
Come at me.
go.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, it just becomes 4, but
Yeah.
at least I rolled decently on those. And then the other one? Ooh.
That hits too.
Bruh. It is still 1. It doesn't get...
I don't know.
Yeah.
Rolling down from 0.5 is
No, it's still
That's-
1.
It's
There's...
still one,
Doesn't make any
unfortunately.
sense.
Yeah,
but
as
alright.
as written, it would be. Come on, you can give me this, okay? I've been rolling shit. All right,
I play by the
Landor.
rules and only the rules.
Yeah, Landor, it's your turn as they just fail to do much. Well, the crit is a bit, but you know.
Yeah, we'll attack the blue boy behind me.
Okay, dealing with the flanking boy. Yeah, they don't have much armor. That's a hit.
Okay.
Barely alive, but alive.
And then, as I seem to be attacking somebody else, I come in with a backswing.
Okay, yeah, from that special attack. It just takes like your
giving
bonus
me,
action, right? So-
Yeah. Yeah, giving me advantage on this attack against the big boy.
Okay. Oh
Go.
shit!
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Beautiful. Oh wow.
Okay, and then that's an extra. Or how would this work? It's just an extra +1, right?
For what? Oh,
I don't know how it works since I hit a crit.
Yeah, that wouldn't get doubled. So
Okay, I didn't think
yeah,
so.
yeah. So it would be. So it's gonna be 13 total then.
It'd be 13 total.
Yeah, pretty good. So yeah, he is still alive, but that took a big chunk out of him. He's hurting, and he was not expecting the like backstab over the shoulder and spin around. Yeah. All right, is that all you do?
That's going to be everything that I do.
Okay. He's getting a little desperate now, so he yells to his men. He's like, let's just knock him down and knock him down. And basically, he's just gonna try to.
But he's just gonna push.
No, he's gonna try to just like hack and slash at Rook, hoping he can at least bring one of you down. Maybe have some leverage. So
It does get rid of one of my marks as well. Hold on.
he will.
Go.
Yeah, is he marked actually?
Yeah, he's still marked.
Okay. He will stab at Rook.
That does hit.
Okay. Ooh, it becomes 4, but it's still good. Comes in again.
Does not.
And then
Does not.
misses the dagger. But still trying to rally his dudes. Alright, that's him. Green boys, 2 of them are dead, but there is the one here who's gonna move in now, flanking you. Dun dun dun. Come on, give me a crit. Give me a crit.
No. That hits though.
Bruh. Bruh.
You're really good at dealing 1 damage.
Yeah, yeah.
Rook is gonna look like he went through a fucking bramble bush after this.
Yeah,
By 1,000 cuts.
yeah. Rook, it's your turn. Rook is getting pretty low, but
Yeah.
a little bit at a time.
I need to take out Big Boy.
Okay.
I'm
He
gonna-
must just be drenched in blood from all these shallow cuts.
Not a
Damn
hit,
it.
unfortunately.
Alright.
Is that all you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. You're kind of surrounded. Adric, what are
Just
you
lie
gonna do?
down and accept my fate.
Alright, so let's see here. I guess Adric's going to wave his hand at the leader and say an incantation and shoot a bolt at him.
Okay, sounds
Guiding
good.
bolt.
Okay. Yep, absolutely a hit.
Jesus.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot. I'll let you know, he had 17 HP. He is at 1 HP now.
What?
And it's visible. You could tell he's at 1 HP. In game terms, like,
Alright.
he's at 1, but you could tell because he's, like, limping now.
So, he now is wreathed in light, giving me advantage to attack with light arrow.
Okay. Is that a cantrip?
No, it's it's my starry form thing that I can do bonus action. It's not even a spell.
It's not a
technically.
spell, it's just a thing. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, that's not a hit. Oh wait, you have advantage though, don't you?
No, that's a damage roll.
Oh,
I think.
is it?
Actually, wait. What
No,
is
it's
this?
That's not. That's an attack.
because you have
I
to
do
make the
have-
attack
it's
roll,
attack
but you would have
roll.
advantage on the attack roll. So, oh fuck.
Yes.
I shouldn't have reminded you. Yeah.
The formatting. No, I knew. I said I have advantage.
Yeah.
I just was confused at like the weird look of that for some reason.
Yeah. So here you go.
It is strange the way
He
it looks.
gets. He gets.
The
roasted.
reason it looks strange is because
'cause-
it only has a 1 range increment,
Yeah.
and it isn't labeled.
It
which is
doesn't say
60.
feet. It's just 60.
You should change it to say 60 feet.
But yeah. So you absolutely he just gets wreathed in radiant energy, like you said,
There we go.
and he just collapses.
Yep. Bolt hits him in the back. He starts glowing, and then a light arrow punches through his chest and disappears.
Yeah. Yeah, Rook sees like an arrow of light literally impale him and like poke out his chest, and Rook is like, oh god, because it like pokes out in front of him, and then it just disappears, but the guy's dead. Alright, is that all?
I guess I'd start heading back.
Alright.
Seems like we're done up here.
Alright, Torgir?
All right. So I'm gonna need just a bit of time to figure out distances.
Okay.
All right. Could I get someone to measure a ruler thingy for me?
Yeah, to where?
Let's see.
How do you do that again? Alt?
Go
You
to the little like the 4th button on the top left, and then you click a point and drag.
yeah,
No, it's
I
right-click
need.
to. Oh yeah, and it's right click to.
Yeah, I just need one that's this big, and I need it from corner to corner.
A what?
This
Oh, yeah.
I need a measurement,
Yeah. You
and,
need, like,
and I need it.
I don't get what
I
you're
need, like-
asking.
Wait, how are you
I
doing?
need-
Like, how do you do the extra points again? I don't remember.
You hover over and you do snap to corner,
Okay.
and I need it 30 feet long.
Okay.
But I need somebody else to do it, not diagonally. And
Everybody's just like, what is he?
you're all really bad at this.
Well, I don't get what you're asking. You haven't explained it well.
I've explained it perfectly adequately.
Alright.
Okay.
All right, and now I
There you
need
go.
from this corner as well. I need 15 feet, like this.
Okay.
I need that
There you
on
go.
both sides. No, that's not good enough.
There you go.
That's also not good enough. And it needs to be corner to corner, unfortunately. Otherwise, it's inaccurate. All right.
Alright. Yeah, there you go.
All right. And now I can take this. I can see if I can hit these 3 boys, but not our boy.
I mean, that looks good.
Yeah, I think you could do it.
All right, now it's time to see if I can even get there.
Yeah.
Just jump down.
I mean,
Easy.
yeah, but you don't get extra movement from jumping. Like, So-
Catapult yourself.
This is as far as I could move.
yeah.
Which does nothing.
They're just out of reach. I could probably hit 1 if I really tried. And just did like
You can do it
Like
as you're
that.
sliding down the rock face.
but no, I will put that off to the side
Okay.
for later.
Alright.
And I am going to do a Chaos Bolt, which is a leveled spell.
Okay.
Boop.
At the closest one, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Alright. That's good.
Alright.
How much? Or is it all
Uh,
that? Or.
It's 14 damage, and it is 5 and 4, so it is force damage.
Okay. Yeah, that will
This
kill that one.
is Tides of Chaos, right?
No, but I did cast Tides of Chaos earlier.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that would apply here.
You
then.
can have me roll the wild magic table. or roll
Yeah,
the d20,
fireball, fireball,
It'll be
fireball.
pretty funny if it happens. Boop.
Hmm. Oh.
Oh.
I have a
appears
third
on-
eye.
Yeah, so Adric like looks back to make sure Torgir's still with him, and all of a sudden he's got a third eye on his forehead, bruh. I don't know what.
Only
Adric's...
for the next minute, though.
Yeah. Alright, there you go.
Oh fuck!
We don't
just
know.
happened to you?
And let's see, that used up my Tides of Chaos. I am now going to once again use my meta magic to
Okay. To quicken spell.
quicken spell.
Yeah.
Well, let me read something. All right. Actually, no, I can't.
Okay.
Never mind.
Alright.
All right, that's it.
Alright. It is Blue Boy's turn. Blue Boy is going to disengage and run away because these guys value their lives, and disengage. Run over there. So unless you have the Sentinel feat or whatever, but yeah, no. Guess what? Red Boy, same thing. Disengage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they spend their action to make sure that they back away with their spear out to like block any incoming attacks, and then they run. Landor, your turn. They run away and they're screaming. They're like, one of them screams back in a very broken Dwarvish, just like, take the goods, take the goods.
Little did they know they are the goods.
Oh no. Landor, what are you gonna do? This one looks like a little scared because now they're cornered between you guys, but
We already have our interrogation subject.
Yep, we do.
I'm just checking my thing to see if anything I have goes against that.
Yeah. It
don't
might have been
think so,
worth
though.
keeping the leader, but I ultra-deaded him, so unfortunately ranged attacks can't pull punches. That'd be a cool part of a feat, though.
yeah.
Art, like, what's it? Whatever the one that, like, makes being a bow boy overpowered. Instead of being so powerful, it should have just...
Sharpshooter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sharpshooter. That should have been one of the, like, niche features of sharpshooter instead of it being so strong.
So
You should
what
be able
is-
to, like, down people.
What is Landor gonna do here?
I mean, Rook is looking a little scarred up, right?
Yeah.
Don't let them take the goods.
Hmm.
I mean, they don't have any goods. They're just running.
Okay.
They're saying take the goods like you guys can take the goods.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a what your interpretation
gonna
is
do that
fine too,
anyway.
though. Yeah. This guy is here still, though. What's he trying to do?
I think he wanted to, like, get in range of both of them or something.
Yeah, you could.
I mean,
You
I
could
could
do
hit
that.
one and then move. Yeah.
Yeah. This one hasn't been hurt though, whereas this
I
one
know.
has. Yeah.
I know. I have a better chance of just killing the blue boy.
Mm-hmm.
I can reach Red Boy too.
That's true.
I figured I'd leave you to deal with the green boy. Assuming he
I
doesn't.
think.
he
Yeah, he's
doesn't
probably
run.
gonna run. Yeah.
Disengage prevents you from getting reaction hit. Like
Yeah.
the whole round, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't just disengage you from the.
No, it's
The
from
one,
any
okay.
any enemies, but it takes your action.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
you wouldn't be able to attack if you did that, unless you have action surge. Like you're
Yeah,
used to
I guess
go.
we'll just come down here.
Okay, so you'll take one attack. Basically, this guy, even though he's like panicked, he just seeing you move at all, he instinctively just jabs out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he misses, so you're good. You run down there.
Well, that's fair. Wouldn't... well, no, never mind. A rook hadn't attacked that guy.
Yeah. So yeah, you run down there, and this guy turns back. He's like, "Take the goods!" Ah!
Stop running.
Yep, you hit.
Disarm him, brother.
Do you want? Yeah. Do you want to disarm him or just murder him?
I'm like full charge with my pan out.
Okay.
And I like fake an attack with my pan as my sword comes in.
Alright. And you just lop his head off. Or lop his arms off.
I'll catch the head with my pan.
Whoop! And you can cook it up. Oh, jeez.
Hopefully the crew never sees you do that trick when you're then later cooking with that pan.
And then I'll show it to the red boy. Run, and this will be you next.
This boy is like, ah! He doesn't understand what you're saying. He's just terrified. Alright, that's all.
Yeah, I like to think that I for some reason always actually have the cigar that's in my mouth lit, and I just grin at them.
Yeah.
Are you doing like fancy flips with the head in the pan?
Yeah.
So-
The chef flip where it tumbles around and lands back on the other side.
Oh god. So this boy is so terrified that he's not even gonna disengage. He's gonna dash. So you'll get an attack on him, Tartarus.
No.
He goes 1, and let's see if your attack hits. Yeah, that's a hit. Roll your damage. Oh god. Okay, so he doesn't even make it. He makes it a step, and then you just lop his head off from behind. Oh jeez. Yeah. He just gets absolutely yeeted. Oof. And it's now your turn now, Rook. It is now your turn. Jeez.
Rook, being so overcome with anger at the cowardice of these bandits running away, he charges at Red Boy.
Okay.
Comes up behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And invigorated with his uppercut split in two slash he did earlier, he's gonna try to do the same thing.
Okay.
No.
You hit him.
I do hit
Could
him.
have done reckless.
Nah.
Yeah. And he is he's hurting here. Real quick, my stomach is bothering. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick,
Okay.
and then we'll wrap up this combat probably. I'll be right back.
I'm never gonna wrap up this combat. I'm gonna make sure that it keeps going on forever.
It keeps stumbling like that, and it will.
It
Yeah.
keeps on coming, and
Yeah.
it keeps on coming, and it keeps on coming.
Never gonna end.
We just sickened him to his stomach with how easily we destroyed this.
Well, you know, I am at 7 HP.
How
I'm at 14 HP now.
I'm at 29. So how easily we dealt with this? It's
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken any damage unless if it was not from me.
Well, you don't know that.
The scouts.
You
would
could have
attack.
had all three scouts ambush
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Nah,
That
they
fire
would've
was
been-
actually really handy with the scouts coming in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a tactile death.
True.
We need to get like some big ass like sling and just throw him into combat so he can fireball the enemies from close up when he fucks up a spell.
Yeah, it's too bad it doesn't happen when you die.
Yo, that'd be cool if you could like when you're dying choose to do one last.
Yeah,
I
have
am
a martyrdom.
curious.
That's something.
Alright,
they've never
I
added.
could use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on a death saving throw.
Could you?
Yeah, it says advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
And that just happens. You don't have to do anything for it.
Yep, it just happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff like
I can do it once per long rest, but it makes me like the DM can just have me roll on the Wild Magic Surge table when I cast a leveled spell.
Yeah.
But if they do that, then I regain the use of my free advantage.
So it's wait, what is it? It's a saving throw.
Here, I'll just post it.
Yo, you could use that for initiative too.
Yeah.
Initiative is a skill or check or whatever.
Yeah, it's an ability check.
You could do it, and you, I guess, could also die.
I could also take 3 levels into Rogue, go with Swashbuckler, and then I also get to add my Charisma to my initiative.
I don't know. Yeah, depending on how much downtime we take, there could be a scenario where that makes sense.
Yeah, Torgir doesn't seem the most roguelike, I'll be honest.
No, he
I
doesn't.
apologize.
Maybe he'll
Sorry,
take
my
a
stomach's been
3
bothering
months
me a
off
bit
and
today.
some sword training.
Okay, so let's see. Where were we? You just
In
attacked-
combat.
Okay, you just attacked this
In
boy.
the other world.
We were getting the goods.
Yeah, so this guy actually he's technically not dead yet. He has a little bit of HP. I don't think he's gonna make it that far though. So what would Adric do here?
Oh, let's see, bonus action.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh god, yeah. And so he as well is just roasted by radiant light.
And afterwards, honestly, half just to get back to over to his brother, but also looking over his shoulder at that fucking third eye. He's gonna sprint over here.
He's like,
It's
oh, yeah.
It's only a D8, but you have been rolling very well on that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's pretty
It
good.
helps that I already have a +3 wisdom too.
Yeah, that's pretty good at this
Yeah.
point, yeah. But yeah, so
Oh yeah, I knew Star Druid was pretty good, especially later on. It's just like, I don't know, seemed appropriate for the campaign.
and yeah, this guy just absolutely gets roasted too. They all just have dropped dead. In the course of 30 seconds, this camp went from like this their hideout to now just their graveyard. Their bodies littered around, burning trees up on the one side, icy trees on the other side with a shattered icy chunks of body in one part, a guy cut in half. It's just, yeah, there's also a dude in the bag. So this it's a site of chaos now. And and yeah, we'll wrap up in a second because I know Perplex has got to go to bed. But is there
I'm
any
here for a
last?
little while longer.
Okay, we'll go a few minutes. Let's figure out what you guys are gonna do with the guy in the bag and the loot. Which I'll have to figure out what loot you all have here. But
Is there a cart or anything within this camp?
yeah, there'll probably be a cart. There's no animal to do it, but there's like a hand cart here.
I mean, I can just hold the cart with like one hand probably.
Yeah, it would work for you.
To
Definitely.
extract the boy, what we could do is, me and my brother could hold one of these tent tarps out and just wrap him up immediately.
from one bag to another.
Honestly, we won't worry too much about the logistics. You could definitely get him out safely. He's just one guy, and you're big boys.
Yeah,
When
we're
we're
surrounding
all
in this
manhandling,
triangle right now. Yeah. Yeah, before we do anything, I'm gonna empty him out right in the middle.
Oh,
all
yeah, you're
three
just
of
gonna
us
dump
right
him
here.
out. Go.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll cast a leveled spell near him.
But
I guess he would kind of fall out, so he'd just drop
Yeah.
prone, and we could just,
Yeah.
Yeah, he falls out, and he's got his spear out, but he's like, what? And he realizes that he's just surrounded by enemies. He drops the spear.
Right.
I have some hemp rope. Can I tie his hands?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna tie his hands.
actually, let's make him pull the cart.
Yeah, you can still tie the hands and then just hook them to the cart. That works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll go over the items you get here. There might be a couple minor magic items among their loot, but mainly it's just kind of foodstuffs and trade goods, you know. So which we can.
Yeah,
you
I just
guys
want to
can-
take the trade goods and stuff, basically.
Yep. Yeah, and we can go over some of that. It will just be stuff that you turn into money. You just trade it at the town.
Yeah.
So-
While we're like looking through stuff, I know you mentioned earlier that there was no dead horses, so at
No.
some point Edric will try and figure out if there are any horses anywhere from this guy.
No, I mean there's no signs of any horses here.
Oh, they don't exist, maybe.
Yeah, that's why there was an ox or something like that
Oh,
that was pulling the other cart
I
that
do
they
forget that
murdered.
they are like,
Yeah.
hey man, maybe they got brought over just like they did at IRL,
Yeah.
or maybe they never went extinct.
You haven't seen any so far.
Kind of surprised they didn't take any like beasts of burden.
That'd be pretty good, Zyle, except for he can't understand us.
Yeah, this guy does not speak any of your languages, by the way. So you try to communicate, he doesn't like. I'm assuming you basically just point to the cart like with a sword, and he gets the idea. Like, I'll pull it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagining this man come out of the bag and he sees what's going on around him. A dude split in two with a forest on fire.
Yeah. Oh,
I would
jeez.
assume that there's probably members of the ship that were taken on just like this as well.
Yeah. Every once in a while, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, my backstory is kind of like that.
Yeah. But yeah,
so
there's
we're literally taking him as the goods as well.
yeah, there's some so yeah, there's trade goods. Here, what we'll say, I'll look at we'll roll together.
We slavers now.
Let's see what
No.
your
They're good.
let's see. Could I get a
No, we don't plan to sell him.
1, 2, 3, 4?
It's indentured servitude. He bought his life with labor.
Could I get a, let's see, Tartarus, roll me a d12. So just
Okay.
slash roll space
Yeah.
1d12, yeah. Okay. You get, so there are a couple, like, potions and oils with their goods that are minor magic items, consumables. You actually find a, you might not know what it is, but someone would know and would identify it as a oil of slipperiness.
Yo, a slippery barbarian sounds terrifying.
I know what I'm doing with this later.
Oh god, bruh. But yeah. So you can use it essentially to it's like oh god, it gives you the effects of the the
Freedom of movement.
freedom of movement spell, or it can also be used to like spill on ground to make slippery ground and stuff.
Can I
So-
apply it to my bag of holding and then I don't have to fight with people to get them inside anymore? They just slip right
No, that wouldn't really have any
Hey,
effect
so
there.
you could never hold your own bag properly.
in.
Yeah. And then Perplex,
You
roll
might
me...
slip in.
Perplex, I want you to roll me a d12 as well for another potion or oil. Okay. That is okay, that's a potion of resistance. It would be frost resistance. Yeah, a potion of frost resistance.
Wow, they should have taken that before I blew them cold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or I guess cold resistance, but yeah, frost resistance or whatever.
Yeah, I will offer that up to anybody who wants it because I already do that.
Okay. And I'm trying to think. There might be even one or two other items that I'll figure out before next session. But beyond that, a lot of like trade goods. Like I said, you'll basically just be able to work in to the market somehow, get some money. And I'm assuming, do you guys? It is like evening, so you could try to camp here, or do you want to just start heading out towards the village?
I would say let's just head towards the village.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood here. It might attract wildlife.
The forest is on fire. I think we should probably get out of here pretty fast.
Yeah, Torgir, do you want to deal with that?
I can't.
Okay.
Well,
It burns then.
doesn't look like it's going to spread naturally very far. Or is it going to just burn some dry undergrowth and then go
This
out?
is a type of forest that is not. It's not the type that normally is just gonna burn forever. It's a fairly moist forest. It's not like dried out basically, so it's not gonna immediately spread forever.
I don't know. If there's like any shovels within their supplies, we could probably pretty easily like put out
Yeah,
any problem spots.
there are a few shovels, and honestly, yeah, it's not spreading that quickly, so you could easily just kind of beat down the edge of it and let it burn like one or two trees that it already got. But yeah.
Yeah, let it back burn inwards.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, they take a few minutes, not too long, honestly. So, and yeah, and then you guys are gonna just head out towards the village.
Sounds like.
Yep.
hmm
Okay. Roll me a perception check, all of you.
Is it within the minute of me having an extra eye?
No, it's gonna be like an hour later when you're on the road again. Ooh.
All right.
That's you, Perplex? Landor?
Mm-hmm.
24, nice.
You know, I'm gonna choose to give myself advantage.
Okay.
To be fair, Ruck literally got like pin cushion, so he's probably
Yeah.
more focused on feeling the pain after the rage fades.
It's
Yeah.
true. I'm licking my wounds.
So,
Like even worse than cuts, you got pierced a bunch of times.
Oh,
You just have like
yeah.
puncture wounds all over your
Ouch.
body.
yeah, so Rook is actually the only one who
Acupuncture.
doesn't notice. Rook is, he's a little preoccupied. The rest of you all notice that as you're kind of like moving under the forest, you're really not on any roads at this point, so the going is a bit slow, and you're probably gonna have to stop to rest this night just somewhere else. The one prisoner is like, he's like sobbing as he's pushing the cart along, or, like pulling it along. He's sobbing and saying prayers in his language. But as you're all going, at a certain point, as the sun is kind of starting to set, you all, except Brooke, and not the prisoner either, would notice a shimmering orb kind of floating through the trees ahead of you.
All right.
And it's not
Oh,
even
what is
trying.
that?
It's not even trying to hide really or anything. It's just floating there, in plain sight.
I asked the elf.
Oh yeah, she's with
What
you.
it
That's
is.
right. Yeah, she would have like. By the way, real quickly, when after seeing all that combat before, she would have been like, she's not. She doesn't seem like she is a warrior, but she also was not really too phased by it. She was like, yeah. So yeah. So as you're walking along, she would look at it and she'd be like, it looks like a spell of a vision.
What the hell are you talking about?
Sometimes my kind will use them to spy on those we wish to know about. But this does not seem to be one of theirs.
Has it seen us?
Certainly. It's like, at this point, it's hovering like 15 feet away from you
Solid.
guys.
Alright, well, anyway. That's what I want to do.
Okay. You're gonna yeet an ice knife at it. I actually don't remember if these type of sensors... yeah, okay. So you yeet it and it shatters this orb, which wasn't actually a physical orb, but whatever it was, it just goes poof. A poof of magic.
Getting displaced, interrupt the eye.
Yeah. And so this thing that was watching you disappears.
Perhaps we should change direction and try and cover our tracks for a while.
Hey, what are you guys looking at?
Some magic sensor was watching us.
Nothing, Rook. You did well out there.
By the way, are you alright?
I was glad to fight by your side.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's just make it to the village.
You look a little pale.
Well, they do call me the pale skin.
Here, Bubble. There you go.
Oh, thank
So
you.
the last thing I'll ask you guys is: Are you trying to make it to the village before you sleep? If so, it's gonna be like early morning when you get there. But you could push through the night.
After we saw somebody watching us, definitely.
Okay.
That would be Adric's suggestion. Partially why he healed that boy. Like, seems like we're gonna be going, and I don't know. Whatever saw us might not be friendly.
Yeah.
Might be close as well.
Okay. Alright, so you push through the night, and we will pick up with what happens next week. And yeah, the next time you guys rest, you'll level up, but you won't level up yet.
I'm gonna level up right now, and you can't stop me.
I mean, you can just don't apply it yet. You can choose your things, but
Oh, dude, does that mean we're gonna have to do a mid-session level up?
maybe, yeah. The 4th level is easy though, you know.
Yeah.
do
You'll
you
have to
mean?
go over.
I get
You'll have
all
to go
my stuff
over
at fourth
potential.
I'm gonna get a spell.
Yeah.
Maybe you and Tarkin can talk beforehand about what he might want
Yeah.
to do. Anything.
So just be thinking about that, but there might be stuff that comes up before you get the level up next time. So
Ability score improvement.
Yep.
yeah,
Or since we run feats,
Or a feat.
you can take a feat instead.
yeah.
Hmm.
The Yeah, Zyle. In our last the last campaign that Perplex played in, they're so suspicious of anything I throw at them. There was a chipmunk that was with them for like
he was my best friend as well.
It was like 4 or 5 sessions. This chipmunk just randomly,
him.
this chipmunk just randomly joined their party and was like riding along in Perplex's character's like cloak, and then they get to this wizard's tower, and the chipmunk jumps off of them onto the wizard out of nowhere. And the players, they're so suspicious that they all blast the chipmunk with magic, and it explodes. It just goes like in a ball, like a fur ball, fireball. And
I didn't know such thing.
And the wizard is like, "Why'd you do that? You killed my pet that I sent to watch over you."
I saved him from the group.
He was
my friend.
But yeah, they were so suspicious of just this chipmunk. Which, to be fair, it was like not what it seemed. It just also was not a bad one, not a bad thing. So,
the chipmunk's name might have actually.
We
been
don't
Albert.
allow cute mascots. We only allow filthy kobolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, Craig Ox got attached to a kobold that was the most annoying thing.
Grizzles.
D&D.
His name is Grizzles.
He took on a life of his own. Like once I made the decision not to kill him, we're stuck with him.
Yeah, eventually by the end.
Honestly, when whoever first decided that he was a spitter, he should have been
Your
out.
character
right
always, your character always spat on him.
Yeah, and
No,
by
he
the
spat
end,
on me.
by the end of the
I
campaign,
had to retaliate.
But by the end of the campaign, he was he had like his own mercenary band of kobolds that worked for you guys.
Like a level 10. He was like a level 10 rogue that had been trained in human diplomacy and had like banded together a bunch of his folk.
It was so weird, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go to wrap up here because I gotta actually have work to. I gotta go do school for school tomorrow. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us though. We do this
Sorry,
game.
students, nothing planned. I was playing D&D.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean one of my classes is taking a quiz. That's easy, but I still gotta do lesson prep for the other one. That was today's session. We will be live next week, I believe. Same time, same channel. Yeah. I know Perplex is going to be streaming still. Craggy might do some streams. Dreg even streamed this past week.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. And Tartarus, I believe you're going to be getting back on the streaming.
Yep, break is over. Monday. Dark
Nice.
Souls 3: The Return.
Hell yeah. I've been excited.
Dude, is it gonna be like going back to work? Are you gonna be all nervous the first stream?
No.
Honestly,
yeah.
long combat is the worst part anyway.
Wow. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here. Thanks for hanging out, everyone, and I'm gonna host up. Are you gonna keep going, Perplex, or?
No, I am ending.
Okay, I'll host up.
Try to get at
then.
least like 5 hours of sleep tonight.
Oh yeah. All right. See you later, chat. Bye bye.